fucking hell. And is it?
Bro, it's just ridiculous what that guy does, man.
It was one shot, one not.
It wasn't even a competition.
What's Suave JakeyB on 1v1 with? Webbo looking absolutely dominant. It's the biggest dog of all.
NEC 6, the double main events. Fadanator versus Webbo. Suave JakeyB versus JakeyB. The biggest card in NEC. And it's right here, right now.
Honey could save you hundreds of dollars this year and thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Honey, but not this one. This one. Online shopping is easy, but not always affordable, which is where Honey comes into play. Here's how Honey works. Anytime.
Why wait to say?
Oh, fucking hell. And is it?
Bro, it's just ridiculous what that guy does, man.
It was one shot, one not.
It wasn't even a competition.
What's Suave JakeyB on 1v1 with? Webbo looking absolutely dominant. It's the biggest dog of all.
NEC 6, the double main events. Fadanator versus Webbo. Suave JakeyB versus JakeyB. The biggest card in NEC. And it's right here, right now.
Oh, fucking hell. And is it?
Bro, it's just ridiculous what that guy does, man.
It was one shot, one not.
It wasn't even a competition.
What's Suave JakeyB on 1v1 with? Webbo looking absolutely dominant. It's the biggest dog of all.
NEC 6, the double main events. Fadanator versus Webbo. Suave JakeyB versus JakeyB. the biggest card in NEC. And it's right here, right now.
Hello?
What's that, bro?
Hey, what's going on, Jake? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, bro. You good?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Do you put a stream up in the Discord, or do I have to load up Twitch myself?
So you got my Twitch, and then yeah, each fights will be in the
Yeah, they'll be their own stream links.
yeah, their own stream.
I know, like prime time, they just put like a stream up in the Discord. You don't have to watch that, so there's like 0 delay.
Yeah. No, they'll be like. What do they do?
There's no delay, but everybody's like on the same time. Is what I meant. Like,
Yeah, we'll be. We'll all just watch from the main Twitch, so we'll all be on the same time. Yeah. But I'll tell you where to find them when they get underway. Just waiting on the leech.
Me and him were just playing some Black Ops 2 Zombies.
That's cool.
That shit's a bump, tell you that.
Can you see the card?
I've seen. I know Kyle's the first fight. Cavalum.
And the expert. Let me just quickly send you a
Loading
room.
up Twitch. Is there no concept tonight?
Yeah, not on comms now. I think he's training for a slip.
That is loud. Holy.
Yeah, some big fights, some big fights. Right, not sure where Leech is, but we'll get going anyway. Because we have this first fight going. What's going on, boys? Thanks for the follow, Jay Sherma. Gang, so everyone welcome. It's NEC 6 time. The biggest card. We've got Suave Jamie versus JakeyB in the co-main event, and we've got Fadanator versus Webbo in the main event. 2 big underdogs taking on 2 of the best to ever absolutely do it. So them fights will be fun fights. We can hope maybe that one of the underdogs can maybe get it done. Hopefully. But other than that, main card stacked, prelims stacked. We've got Spider Kemure, we've got EK Maceo and Pablo G, both on the card. Tadpole on the card. Yerda Naz UFC, Warbsy Kezelar. Looking at the card, on comms with me, by the way, guys, I've got Pabst. Some of you know Pabst.
Hey,
big debut win last week against Naz. Made it look fairly easy. Looking at the fight card there, Pabst, any fights you're particularly interested in?
I mean, literally from like the very first fight of the night with Cavalum and Anime Expert. I mean, the whole entire event just has notable names all over the card. I'm really looking forward to see Driz, Suave Jamie. He's one of the best in the game. It's always fun to watch him fight. You can always learn from watching somebody of his caliber fight. Concepts fighting. And then obviously the title fight, Fadanator versus Webbo. I like to see what Webbo could do against Fadanator. He's looked pretty unbeatable as of recent.
Yeah, he's looked very dominant, still undefeated in this promotion so far. Beat the likes of Suave Jamie, beat the likes of God Ate My Pig. Frosty MMA, who was on a great run and dispatched him with relative ease. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I'm pretty sure the co-main event as well, Suave Jamie, as you say, one of the best in the world. Co-main event up against myself, very tough fight, but the winner of that one will probably be fighting Fadanator next week for that title. So,
makes sense.
So, yeah, but Fadanator, yeah, looking very dominant. If I can just get a stream link.
I mean, every fight, Dizino mix-ups, Yerda, Naz. I mean, this is one of the most stacked fight cards I've seen on this game, personally.
Definitely a stacked fight card. And then you've even got to think, in the unaired, we had guys like Trixie, Dirty Dave, all in the unaired side, because obviously some of them competing in ESFL tonight. So a lot of the competitors, a lot of even the big competitors ain't even on this card. So even if it's one of the most stacked cards, there's still some superheroes in the wing not competing tonight. So these cards will only continue to grow and get bigger and better as time goes on. But on our first fight, we've got Cavalum versus Anime Expert. Do you know much about either of these gentlemen, Pabst?
Cavalum, I used to help him a little bit when he first entered the community. I used to help him and train him a little bit. So I'm pretty familiar with Cavalum. I partied with him a lot and played with him a lot. and he's come a long way. He's a really talented player. I don't know too much about Anime Expert.
Yeah,
I think he's part of that Regicide camp, right? Am I wrong?
I think you're wrong. Yeah, I think you're wrong. Anime
I think
Expert.
he was.
Last I see of Anime Expert, he was. By the way, lads, is my audio okay? Because it's hitting the red bars. But the last I saw of Anime Expert, he was ranked number 8 in OWC, which took me by surprise, really. I saw that after we matched up last week. Anime Expert coming off a loss on his debut of 1v1 me against myself, JakeyB. But nevertheless, a good fighter. He always performs well. He's got a 2-1 record. He does look clean. Kavalum, on the other hand, is surging through the scene. You know, he's on the up and coming, relatively new to the game, but he is playing very, very well. So it's going to be interesting to see who takes this. It's more of experience versus hunger that I'm going to see here. But yeah, it did surprise me seeing Anime Expert. I know OWC don't mean so much, but sitting in the top 10 does relatively mean that he is winning a lot of fights. So it will be interesting to see how these two guys match up. So if we do just quickly fling over to the up next, you can see these guys. So there you see it, Kavalum sporting a 3-2 record and making his debut here on the 1v1 me cards. Yes, I'm aware he does look about 12, but I have verified his identity and he is indeed over the age of 18 to compete in these events. And we've got Anime Expert as well. As I said, he's 2-1 coming off a loss, but two of his one loss against me, who's been in really good form recently. So taking a loss to JakeyB is not something to frown about too much, if I do say so myself. But looking very clean, so it's a very interesting matchup. Bit of a coin flip, I'd say. Not really sure who the stakes would be favouring. Not really sure who I would have my money on in this particular matchup. But it is a very good matchup indeed. So we do have about 6 minutes before we can go into that one. Do have to wait till the stakes close and they do finalise and things like that. So yeah, very interesting matchup. Is going to be very good. Rooting for both of these guys really, because I think they are both good credits to the community, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. Do you think Kavalum will have some nerves going into this one?
He doesn't come off to me as the nervous type, but I do expect like great things from players like him, Crimmy, Dezino, these new players on the scene. And we've seen like somebody like Driz, primetime champion, now very new to the scene and the community. He's already went on to become a champ, and I expect like stuff of that caliber from people like Kavalum, Crimmy, and Dezino.
Yeah, very interesting.
And I also know it's Tadpole's first live fight in months, so I'm curious to see if he has any fight nerves.
You know, he was one of them guys. You know, like a lot of these guys sign up, and I look at them and I think, you know, when they're 0-0, they generally get put on the unaired cards and things like that. They get put unaired till they make their debut, get a debut win, then they make the live cards. But someone like Tadpole is just, you know, his style that he brings is just too beautiful for the viewers. Favorite. Yeah, it's just it's too beautiful for the viewers to have it on an unaired show. You know, Tadpole definitely with a prize being awarded for the highlight KO of the season. Tadpole is definitely someone that you'd think would be in contention, even though he hasn't making his debut here tonight. He's definitely someone you'd think if you was to look at the roster and say who's going to win KO of the season, you'd definitely think Tadpole's name would be amongst some of them lips. So moving on to the rules before we go into this one, gents, just so everyone could be aware to not any confusion. So the NEC rules, all fights will be 3 rounds accelerated clock other than title fights. We do have none of them tonight. So all the 1v1 matchups will be 3 rounds. Any use of exploits, no matter how minimal or accidental, will result in a disqualification. Any use of third-party software will result in an immediate ban. You see your list there of your banned submissions and your banned exploits. Yeah, like your standard, you're getting used to it. If you come every week and you can start getting used to them, you can start seeing them. You will sort of not really know what these are, but obviously on the commentary we will point them out. And yeah, any use, even accidental, it will be an immediate disqualification. The guys, if they do accidentally set it to 5 rounds, we will have an immediate back out and the fight will not count. Just want to make that one aware. So if these 2 guys do go in 5 rounds, it will not count and they will have to back out, re-lobby and go again on 3 rounds. Not going to do it, so they knock each other out after the 5th. Etc. To avoid confusion, it will just be straight quit the game, rematch, go again if they do set it on the wrong settings. So yeah, please make sure that it is set to 3 rounds Kavalum or Anime, whoever is hosting. We do have about 3 minutes, so get a stream. It's there in Gen Chat if you can see it. It's Anime Tidy Expert.
It's in Gen Chat. Let me see them.
He's not actually posted the link, but
Yeah, I was looking at the fire check and I didn't see it.
yeah, it's just in Gen Chat. So before we get into this, I will have a quick look at the stakes to see if there is any heavy favourites into this one, or whether it's more of a 50-50 matchup. These two are live. We do have Kavilum using Conor McGregor. The stakes on this one are looking pretty even between Kavilum and Anime Expert, but I'd say it's a pretty even fight. You see the ping sitting at 170. Do you think that'll affect Kavilum in any way, or do you think he'll be used to that?
I play him a lot, and he's EU and I'm American, so our ping's a little bit higher than normal, and never heard complaints or anything about it playing with him personally.
Yes,
but 170 is a bit high. There could definitely be some issues. 170 is a little bit high.
Is that Leach?
I've spoken to Kavilum earlier today. He has said that he does struggle sometimes on high connection, as you saw obviously with our fight last week. Once the connection issues had stopped, it was more of an even fight. But yeah, going into this, I've spoken to him today. He's someone that frequents the parties I join quite a lot. He's very confident. He's feeling good. He's winning his fights. He's raring to go.
Raring to go indeed, and we just have about 20 seconds before these guys can fully lock in and get this one underway, as we will move over to the main screen where you can see these guys. Just quick thoughts on the matchup: Leon Edwards, Conor McGregor at welterweight. What do you guys think of that?
I think Leon Edwards obviously has the MMA advantage. Cardio, the body. Leon Edwards has got the highest body health in the game, types like Tyson Fury, so that's always something to look at. It's always hard to work Leon Edwards' body. Got crazy high body health. I think it's 96. Yeah, it's 96. Conor McGregor obviously has the fastest hands at welterweight. He has 100 punch speed with all the perks combined in his base speed. So I think it's if Kavilum can get those hands going.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if he can get them hands going. And we did see, I believe he played you last week. Did he play you last week, Leach?
He did, yeah. It was.
And you was surprised. You was winning that fight. You was winning that fight, and I believe that you pulled a head kick and it was just game over. Right?
Yeah, I believe it was something like a spinning backhand body shot head kick. It was something you wouldn't expect, which I think does highlight the versatility of someone like Kavilum. He is able to land the strikes where you're not expecting them, and you have to be on your toes at all times or you're going to get caught like I did.
So these two are good to go. The stakes are locked and they are putting it out there. If everyone's enjoying this, make sure you do drop a follow, and you can join the Discord to keep in touch with all of these guys. Big shout out to 1v1 me, and a big shout out to NUGS EU, as these two show some signs of respect and they will come out here in the first round, touch some gloves. And yeah, good luck to everyone staking, and let's get this underway. It's very interesting to see a fight that's not myself going first this week. So yeah, it's crazy. So Kavilum with a little bit of a whiff there, and double hooks come from Anime, getting a big chunk of head health early. Yeah, and I think maybe ping, nerves, everything will factor into this matchup.
I like the game plan right away from Anime. You saw him open up with 2 kicks right away with Leon. I think for the Conor matchup, you need to utilize Leon's kickboxing. He does have a lot of kicks, and some of them are high stars.
Yeah, Leon does have good headshot there, didn't he? So yeah, he is the man indeed to be going for the kicks. We do see early Kavilum looking to work the body and work the stamina of Anime Expert. In your matchup with Kylum, Leach, did you see any sort of weakness that I know it wasn't a very long one, but do you see any weakness that Anime should be potentially looking for in this matchup?
I think I picked up on he is a massive fan of head movement rather than using his block, and obviously if you can sort of make the reads on the patterns whether he's gonna if he's gonna pull, he's gonna duck, he's gonna slip, you can sort of catch him going out.
And hang on there, Leach, but we do see a big slip on the teep from Anime Expert. If you are unaware, we do have Leon Edwards in the black and gold trunks with the red tape around his wrist, which is Anime Expert, and Conor McGregor in the blue gloves with the black shorts, which is Kavilum. But a big teep there whiffed, and a big hook to follow it up, getting a big rock early, which will give the round so far to Anime Expert.
Yeah, we're seeing Kyle look for a lot of slip counters. That's the sword. You like live and die by that sword for a lot of head movement counters and a lot of defensive head movement. You know, it can get you caught, or you can get a big moment off of it. And we saw Anime slip the teep and get a rock.
Yeah, it does slip the teep. The teep are a very underrated weapon, but easily punishable if you do know how to deal with that. And you do see there a double lead hook coming out from Anime Expert, looking to make the read on that slip, as you were just saying, live by the sword, die by the sword. But yeah, stamina fairly even. Very close matchup so far, just edging it slightly towards Anime. I feel like Kavilum sort of preloading his shots.
Yeah, I was just about to say it.
And
He's
Anime
whiffing
just,
a little bit.
Yeah, whiffing just a little bit. Anime taking his time a lot more, which you have to kind of do in these matchups. You know, wait for your opportunities. It's not an OWC match. You know, these guys will just back up and back up. They won't just throw. Like there, you see him wait, and just letting Kylan be the busy, waiting for his moment, which is really paying dividends in this first round for him.
I'd like to see Kyle try to use his jab more. He's just jab rounded shot. He's just one and then a rounded shot. He's chasing a bit.
He is chasing, but a big exchange there, getting some head health, and it's, you know, he's still working the block. You know, he's still doing all the good stuff, doing all the right stuff. But there you go, you see a plant and then straight into a lead hook, and more body work following up from Kavilum. But it's interesting first round. But gentlemen, Kavilum maybe with the striking advantage, but the rock. Do you give that one to Anime?
I think I edged that Anime with the leg damage and the rock.
I'll take Anime Tidy Expert as well. And I think the longer the fight goes on, the more it's going to be in his favour, obviously, with the cardio advantage and the recovery advantage. I think if you Kavilum, you need to get in there. You really need to push the pace, you know, work toward them rather than backing off and trying to play on the back foot, because it's not been working for him in the first round so far.
Yeah, the thing with Connor, man, his cardio, his recovery drops down to 88 at welterweight. So, you know, the longer these fights go, it's not the best.
You do see a block counter off the body shot into the lead hook. Kavilum still in this fight with the Conor McGregor power, but and then a big, as I say that, a big rock from Anime Expert. Just patience is the key for Anime here. Anime's just being very patient, waiting for him to come in, waiting for his time, you know, in letting all the shots just bounce off his block, not really giving, but that could have been dangerous. But yeah, not really giving Kylan too much to bite on in terms of all his counters, you know.
Yeah, he's played a very clever, clean game as of so far. You know, he's taking his chances when he can. He's being careful not to overthrow, get caught.
The tool I feel like the best tool Anime's been throwing so far is just the planted straight. He's caught Kyle with it a couple of times. He's just planted straight, and it's been working because Kyle's chasing some combos, and he rocks in there with a spinning elbow.
And there's a big spinning elbow, and Kavilum, and Kavilum a little bit unlucky not to land that one. And a duck straight, and he takes the body. And it could be a drop in, it is a drop. And the up kick does save him. Up kick does save him, but that leg looking worse for wear as well. And Anime's got to be feeling very confident here. And for me, guys, if Anime just keeps doing what he's doing, being very patient, he can really just burn this clock out, secure this round, and then potentially be just 2 rounds up and, you know, just really be running away with this fight. Because his head health, he's got a massive head health advantage.
As of now, I have got him 2 rounds up. I think Kavilum needs to pull some in here.
I think if Anime just takes his time and doesn't force a firefight, he could look to win a decision, if not get a 3rd round stoppage.
He could indeed, but you do see the gas tank of Conor McGregor, the head health.
Connor's putting it on him now, though. Connor's this is what he needed from the start.
Yeah, just hitting that block, constantly hitting that block, you know, not whiffing. Just make sure when you're in his face, you need to be, if you're not hitting him, you need to at least be hitting his block, you know. You don't want to be throwing out rage, but you see Anime slipping into some shots.
There we go. He's popping together a little bit.
Kavilum's still very dangerous here. Still very dangerous. I played Kavilum a few times, and you know, his counters and stuff like that he can pull out the bag. So he's not out of this, and you know, and we did see him a little bit down to Leech, and he did pull that one back. So he's definitely not out of this fight. But yeah, if Anime keeps us patient, it's going to be hard to. And that was very unlucky.
Kavilum does have the counter pick, man. You're never out of a fight with Connor's power and speed, man. You're never out of a fight.
He has got an incredible ability to come back. We've sparred a few times where I've been well ahead, and he's brought it back and he's finished me. And obviously he is a good talent. You see it when he fights. He's dangerous pretty much the whole fight. You have to be on edge.
See, the thing I think that's gonna like really hinder him from having a comeback moment is that leg is pretty much done, and that neuters your power so much. And I think it's 25% or something. Yeah. Like it neuters your power when your leg's done.
It does indeed, and the 3rd round, and a big rock instantaneously drops him, and he does get the jump, but he doesn't. The upkick glitch does save him, but here we are, and a big rock from Kavilum. And Kavilum just throwing everything. He needed to throw
He
everything
needs
there.
this, though. He needs this, though.
But you do see that is all he is. He's only one shot away from changing the term of this fight. We've seen it before. Frosty MMA was 2 rounds down against Dirty Dave in the final round, where he did bring it back from a similar position, and he will just look to pressure. You see a beautiful side step there to get out the uppercut, and I'm wondering if you to win that one, perhaps. All but a big drop.
Oh no! Oh no!
And a big
No,
drop.
Kyle's down. All right. I think it's smart from Anime to hop. He's been upkicked every time he's tried to hop. He's been upkicked every time.
Oh, and a big pull elbow, but
Anime's risking. I respect it. He's pushing the pace. He's going for the finish. I respect it.
neither of these gentlemen letting up. Anime Expert could just get on his Nike backwards and absolutely run away for a decision win here, but he's not, and then he does hit a slip straight, does drop him into full guard, and this could be it. Anime Expert.
Oh, he gets it.
Anime Expert with a spectacular win, and a lot of people as well saying, I see a lot of people saying, someone even said in the chat they have their house on Kavilum to win this one, their left kidney even on Kavilum to win this fight, so they are now one kidney down. And what do you think about that performance from Anime Expert, James?
That hurts me a little bit personally. You know, Kyle's one of my friends, somebody I used to like train a little bit, but that was a really good performance from Anime. He showed his levels there. He showed he can compete with some of the better players in the game.
A very big win, yeah.
I'd agree with that. I think that was quite an impressive win for him. You know, he's shown he's not just some guy unranked. He can be a patient striker, work the body well. He's picked his shots, he's took the chances, and it's all come full circle in the third round. Very good win for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He just had a beautiful gameplay, kicking the legs, taking his time. You know, you don't want to get in a firefight with Connor.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think he just played a very good fight. You know, he was very patient. I remember our fight last week, he was very patient. We was both very patient. Bit back and forth. Obviously, I was just, mainly when I was in range, I was just hitting that block a little bit more than Kavilum was. Kavilum was whiffing a little bit more, sort of pushing the fight. Not sure if he was a bit nervous, struggling on the ping a bit, but commiserations to him. They did both show up though, and that's all we do expect. Win or lose, we do appreciate you guys showing up on time for these 1v1 events, and that will not be the last time we see of Kavilum, as he does look to eventually get his first win. You know, Anime Expert last week was 0-1. Got his first loss, and he did bounce back, and he does bounce back with a very impressive win there. So I'm sure Kavilum will be back. Commiserations to him, but all congratulations to Anime Expert. And I do think, like you said, gents, that is a statement win for him to say, look, I'm not just this OWC player hitting top 10. You know, I'm here to compete. I'm here to win the prizes, and yeah, put your money on me next week. That's what he's saying. We have some scheduling issues, so EK Maceo and Pablo G, the first fight in the prelims, will be going next.
That's a nice fight.
So yeah, and then we will continue with Sol, Pepe and Parrot. So apologise for that, gents, but we will move with EK Maceo and Pablo G as I grab a stream link from these gentlemen. I
used to be in that EK camp, so I've sparred EK Maceo a lot, and he's
also EK Maceo, a very good friend of mine.
he's got really crisp boxing combos, and he's a striker. Looking forward to seeing him compete.
Just waiting on a stream for yeah. So as well, part of myself as well, part of that EK camp. You know, very close camp. Yeah. So quality guys over there. So Maceo will be working with them, and I know Maceo has a few little tricks up his sleeve. Harry likes to get down. Pablo G, on the other hand, part of that B3 camp, and you know B3 as well. Absolutely solid strikers. Absolutely very strong. So yeah, classic EK versus B3, two of the top camps going head to head here. If we just get the stream link from Maceo. We will get this underway. Oh no, I think Pablo G actually put it in concept, moved my whole thing around, so hang on. Where did he put it? Oh, fact checking. Yeah, it is Pablo Grips on Twitch, guys. If you've got that, it's in the fight checking. It is in the fighter checking indeed, gentlemen, and we will move over to this one. So yeah, Leach, do you know much about these guys? Obviously, both being American, not sure if you've sparred these much.
I think maybe I've done 1 or 2 fights with Pablo Grips before. If I can remember correctly, he may have won both of them, I believe. I've watched a few of his fights. I know he's a talented guy. He has the ability to win fights. EK, I believe that's Maceo. I don't know as much about. But looking at the record, 31-9, it's quite a big discrepancy. But you don't know how recent that is.
And also,
it could be.
A lot of people. I'm sorry, cutting you off. You can keep going. My fault.
Oh, no, go on.
The thing with like sparring records, man, like I don't take spars too serious. I never really look into like the record. I don't really care too much about spars, so I don't ever look at the record when it comes to it. But that is a big gap, and I guess we'll see.
Well, if you're interested in a sparring record one, I played in a tournament the other day, VFL BMF tournament with Lobby Up someone, and so I come against Pyrite Kip in that tournament. I had Frankie Edgar against his main in the division, Rob Font. So I was really up against it, and he was 11-0 on me. And that was all mainly spars, I believe. I think there was like maybe an IXC fight in there somewhere. But yeah, he was 11-0 on me, and I just dispatched him. So I wouldn't look too much into that.
Yeah.
The record doesn't really matter. I've had quite a few spars against Pabs, and I do hold a few wins against him, but I wouldn't say that would indicate who is the superior player out of the two of us.
So we do see Pablo G in the red trunks with the red gloves with Darren Till, the maybe Altman, the guy that didn't live up to his expectation, and EK Maceo with Jorge Masvidal, the former BMF champion, in the blue gloves. And what I'm seeing early is Pablo G going for a lot of head kicks. And one thing you need to know about Maceo, he was literally the inventor of the duck overhand. This man used to say goodnight before you'd even finish the fight, so he does really need to be careful with the head kicks, Pablo G, I would say, because Maceo could definitely just end it within a second. But so far, good
from personal experience.
Yeah,
I've sparred him a lot. He loves the duck overhand, and even just like a pull. There's a combo. Crazy. Oh, what a combo! Oh, that just is.
And then, he didn't go. Duck overhand. And Maceo does hit it, and you got to think as well. Maceo, one of these guys who there was never really any bad blood. Like I had a lot of bad blood with some of the guys from EK, but Maceo was never one of them. Maceo's had a lot of spars with guys like me, a lot of spars with Spider. So he really has. He has trained with the best. Obviously, Pablo G. Obviously training with guys like Bang Bang and things like that. So this is a very interesting. When I match made this fight, I just thought, what, both same sort of internet. Very interesting fight, and so far it's I couldn't tell you who's going to win it.
The thing is, I feel like at welterweight, man, the Jorge pick is such a better pick. I don't know if that's just me. I don't really rate Darren Till too much in this game, and I think welterweight Jorge is still a very meta, top tier pick at welterweight. And I know from experience, Maceo has a really good Jorge. I just like his style.
Till is definitely an outside pick. I don't know whether he was underestimating his opponent or whether it's just personal preference, but he definitely isn't a pick you see a lot in this weight.
Especially orthodox as well. So pick him and go orthodox.
I saw last fight. Anime was 89, but still weird seeing an orthodox Leon.
Yeah, I personally use Leon. He would be my pick in welterweight, I believe. Who did I fight? I believe it was No Better. I thought No Better 1v1 me a couple of weeks ago, and I used Orthodox Leon. But you'd think, out of all the strikers in the division, you could probably pick a better Orthodox. Maybe these guys might be confused and think it's only 4-star.
That's what I'm thinking. Because why would he go? That's what I was thinking. Why would he go Darren Till against Jorge? It's a bit of a weird one.
Maybe a personal agreement. If you're going to play Orthodox with anyone, Darren Till, he's only got 80 switch stance.
Yeah.
And you're going to be losing out on a lot of the power that obviously he's known for. So.
He could have went Jorge. Jorge is a natural Orthodox player. I mean, he could have mirrored. You know what I mean? Maybe he just likes Darren Till. I guess we'll see. We'll see.
Interesting first round. Pablo G striking Maceo largely, but a big stun from EK Maceo. So it's going to be interesting to see how the judges score that. And personally, if you'd ask me, I'd still give it 1-0 to Pablo G.
I think Pablo's output, but you know the scoring in this game, and you never truly know. It's a damage-based scoring system, so you never know. I do think Pablo landed a lot more and had a lot more volume.
And yeah, these guys just not letting up one bit.
61 to 38 strikes landed. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, and the straight intercepts the overhand. And lucky there from Pablo G, because that could have been 99.
Yeah.
But We do see him looking for that duck overhand, and that is a highlight finish. So he will be potentially looking. And there we go. Narrowly misses again, but you know, Maceo, not so much output, but he's fighting still very clean. You know, he's hitting some nice combos. You're seeing the lunging combinations, and both gentlemen working the legs pretty well. Pablo G doing the classic B3 gassing out because of the output, you know.
Yeah, that's a B3 trait, man. They love the bomb. As you saw, the strikes landed was like 61 to 38 like a minute ago. I think that speaks to the volume of Pablo grip.
And in a 3-round fight, you can do that.
Oh, you can let it go, man. You can pick somebody like Connor and go 3 rounds and put a big pace on, man. We all know his cardio is base 90.
Oh, and a big leg kick check. And Pablo G throwing there in the pocket. Planted, jab rear hook off the block. But
that was some beautiful things to set up that leg kick again. That was a beautiful setup. You know, a lot of leg kicks tonight, man. First 2 fights, man, have already had big leg kick game plans implemented.
It is a very good technique, really. If you can get the leg kicks down and you can really, you know, in a high pressure fight and you can work that, it does definitely help, like taking away the damage here from Pablo G, especially in that orthodox as well. The damage reduced with the switch stance, damage reduced with a leg kick, you know. So he's going to be, even though his head health low, he's still going to feel pretty confident here with a minute left on the clock. But yeah, if there's not much really going on in this round, it's really going to be interesting to see if this one hits a decision.
I think the leg kick game plans, man, it always seems to happen. If you invest too much into legs, the head falls before your opponent's legs fall. So, like, I'm kind of noticing that a little bit with Maceo. He's getting caught every now and then trying to throw those leg kicks. You know, that's why I personally don't like to kick legs. Seems like it's almost never worth it. You lose too much head health going for leg kicks sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. But nonetheless, the game plan working so far. Front kick off of the block, and we do see that lunge counter coming in there twice from EK Maceo, and it is really working well for him. In burst, he is looking really good, and then a head kick off the block, but the head health blinking as we come to the end of this second round. And yeah, gents, any idea?
Close round.
Any idea who's winning?
I think I might give Jorge that round with the leg rock. The strikes landed were pretty close. It might be 1-1. It's either 2-0 or 1-1.
I think 2-1. No, it's not 2-1. Sorry, 2-0 to Maceo at the moment. I think the rock in the first round will have got him over the line. I think he won that round.
I was thinking the same thing, but I was like looking at the head up when they came. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's good.
Oh, and a big rock there from Pablo G.
It might not matter. Big up kick.
He does get the jump. And this could be it.
The up kick glitch, surprisingly.
No up kick glitch seen, but... And this is where Pablo G will look onto... If you can just break the block here with that head health so low, but... Could be in a position where Pablo G is 2-0 down, so it's going to be very interesting. I feel like maybe, I reckon who wins this round wins the fight. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, a big moment. This is looking like a very dominant round for Pablo right now.
Yeah, head health looking worse for wear.
But he has such a durable block, though. I mean, it's 94 base with like weathering storms. It's such a hard man to block break.
Indeed, maybe that was a fault behind the pick. You know, you're fighting a notorious camp known for block breaking, so you're going to pick a guy with one of the best blocks on the game. But yeah, I think maybe Maceo needs to just maybe survive a little bit, look for his openings, maybe wait for that head kick to come. And yeah, but third round you start feeling a bit nervous, you know, big counters start to go out the window.
If I'm Maceo, I'm looking for like a leg kick rock and a big moment off the leg kick. He has Pablo's leg messed. Oh, that's a big drop for Pablo. Up kick's coming out again, but Pablo didn't hop this time.
Oh, the big pull counter doing nothing, maybe due to the leg health on EK Maceo not looking great, but the left leg on Pablo G not looking too great either. And
that's a big.
There's a big frog from Jorge Masvidal.
I'm expecting an overhand from Maceo. I'm expecting one.
Oh, and absolutely throwing. And this is where the block breaker gets his block broke. And yeah, I think he's doing really good. Like, I feel like the body health has not really showing the true story of Maceo's bodywork in this fight, you know. I feel like Maceo's done really well to the body and not really got much body health off of...
Oh, that's a big drop for Pablo.
Pablo just throwing to the wind. A minute left. Maceo needs to get on his bike, tracking there. And if Maceo does live to this decision, I'll be very shocked.
Oh, big body rock.
Oh, there's a body rock.
Oh, it's...
Shout for fighting the night here. This has been incredible.
Definitely so far. Be a tough one to beat. And there's a... Oh!
Both first fights tonight, man, have been really good fights, man, back and forth.
20 seconds on the clock, 10 to go. Will we see the head kick overhand come out? Oh no!
Oh.
There's a head kick, there was his chance, spinning wheel kick, and he ducks the overhand. A very close fight, and yeah, I think either gentleman will be very upset if they lost this.
I think I'll edge Jorge. I think I'll edge Maceo here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's edged it there.
I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to say Pablo.
Very close fight. It'll be a controversial.
Very close fight. Very close fight. I just think the volume for Pablo G in round one was maybe a bit too much. Not too sure, but we do go to the judge's decision.
Yeah, Strike's throwing like round one with like 60 to 30. Strike's throwing in favor of Pablo, but
29-28.
oh, it's Pablo.
And it's Pablo G.
It's Pablo.
It is Pablo G that does get that one done. Would be the first round that was truly the story there.
Yeah.
But great fight nonetheless. It was just them significant strikes and them strikes, you know, just outlanded him.
Yeah, I think it's just the volume round one. Kind of won it for Pablo.
Volume in round one that won it for Pablo G. So yeah, so big win for him. Maceo does move to 0-1. I think Pablo G does move to 2-0 there with a very big win against a very tough competitor and a very entertaining fight. You know, you watch that one back. That is just, you know, a beautiful, beautiful scrap. You know, like you can learn a lot from watching a fight like that. So, nevertheless, big props to both gentlemen for bringing that fight to us because that was a very fun one to watch. But moving on, we do have Salt and Pepe versus Para. Now, are you guys aware of these gentlemen? Probably not.
I'm gonna be honest, no. I don't know. And I think I've seen Salt and Pepe like compete on primetime before, but I could be mistaken.
I have a very, very vague knowledge of. If he's the same person I'm thinking of, I believe I fought against him before in UFC pay-per-view. I could be mistaken. So it's a bit of a, obviously it's a while ago, but we don't know where he's at now. He could have improved since then. He could have been, you know, not playing frequently. We don't know what we're in for here.
So Salt and Pepe, Para, both of these guys come through the VFL to make their impact into the competitive UFC scene. Salt and Pepe opted to start competing in primetime. I'm not sure if Para really took that route because Para was just more dominating the lightweight division in the VFL. Moved up to featherweight, putting on really great scraps there. Trained a lot with Para. You know, he's a really good guy, really good FIFA player, I might add. Yeah, so Para is a close friend of mine as well. So is Nathan. Salt and Pepe is a close friend of mine as well. Salt and Pepe, and I trained a lot with Warbsy, so it's going to be a battle of our two students. But yeah, I'm looking at it's in the fighter one. It's like Nathan something. Nathan 133909. It's in the fighter checking, lads. If you see that one. But we do see a record here, and obviously nothing to tell the tale. But we do see a record here of Para being 7-2 to the favour, and this one will be contested at lightweight, looking for the Alexander Volkanovski. But I do know Salt and Pepe is more of a grappler. That's one thing. He is more of a grappler. He's more grapple heavy. He does have a lot of submission wins in the VFL. Para, more of a stand-up guy. If you watch this guy now, if you watch Para now, he's like a JakeyB in the making.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take over on this one. I personally don't know anything about these two competitors.
But you sit back in your armchair and enjoy a good show because we do have this one covered. As I said, it is Salt and Pepe, a grappler against Para that is a striker, and you will see him. I feel like he does play a bit like me. I feel like he block breaks, he comes forward, he does put a lot of pressure on slip straight head kicks. But that's the only thing I don't do. He leg kicks. Para does leg kick quite a lot, and you will see that. But he does, yeah. You will see that maybe be the tale of this fight. But Salt and Pepe, some impressive wins in primetime and a big drop there from Salt and Pepe early on Para. And yeah, this will be a good fight, gents. You see there, both guys just Salt and Pepe just standing in the pocket there with Dustin Poirier.
Putting a lot of pressure on, man. Putting a lot of early pressure. The
straight
head kick already. Yeah, straight head kick already.
Apparently, you need to be, moving out a bit.
He needs to get on his bike because look at that head up already.
Mm-hmm. He could should have. He has Volk here, man. Oh man, what a slip over him.
Salt and Pepe absolutely just sticking it on him, but a big spinning elbow, and he ducks into that. And that's what Para needs.
Pepe's got to be careful coming back exchange with low head health like that, man. Volk does have power or lightweight.
But he does get a takedown here, but a big takedown denial. And this is good. This is what I like to see. You see these guys, they were basically FIFA players near on maybe a year ago. Just only FIFA players, and they've come over to this scene, and things like that, like a turning takedown, to deny that turning takedown there, and another slip straight, but a big takedown, and he does land that one.
It is crazy to see the rate of how some of these new players improve and how good they get so quick, man. Like, I'll go back to saying people like Cavalum, Dezinho, Crimi, Deez. All those guys have been playing for like a year, man, and they're all so good and talented already, man. It's crazy how fast these new players get good.
I would say is probably Driz.
Can't really hear you, Leech.
Yeah, your mic's a really low, Leech.
What are you saying about Driz? Driz is really good.
Yeah, I think Driz is probably the best example of someone obviously coming out of nowhere, taking the scene by storm, and now he's one of the bigger names out there.
He definitely is about a big slip straight lead overhand from Salt and Pepe as he does look to carry on pouring on his pressure. And I don't know, Para. But Powell. And boys, we have got some.
Every fight has been crazy. Every fight's been back and forth.
Duck spinning elbow off the block, clinch for Salt and Pepe.
What a KO.
Wow, and that is a statement made for a 7-2 record. Para seeing that, feeling very confident. Salt and Pepe coming out and just absolutely
wow.
And I've called him a wrestler. I don't think I've seen him shoot once. I thought he was more of the wrestler, but he's come out there and the lead hook on the way down, just 99.
That's always the worst way to lose, man. You get KO'd while falling, man. It's just nothing you can do, man. If it lands, it lands. Those are the worst ways to lose, man. Those ones always sting the most.
Yeah, he's one of the worst ways to go, but very, very big win for Salt and Pepe. That will move him to 1-0, and that will move Para to 0-1. Both of them guys making their debut there. So we do move on. Manhu versus Getting Sparked. Both of these guys are 0-2. Getting Sparked, somehow he signed up with a wrong record, so we did match him with Trixie because he signed up, said he was 1-0. So he ended up fighting Trixie in a fight of the night, to be fair. It was a great fight. It was a great performance. Did get fight of the night. One of the best fights I've ever seen.
Was that the one last week?
Yeah, where he was slipping the clinch and elbowing Trixie, and Trixie was like,
crazy.
Yeah, he was really putting it on him against Manhu. 0-2, frustrated, left the server, but he has come back to put on shows. And he's another guy like Tadpole. Highlight wins. He's never out of a fight. Very just aggressive player, just fishes for the biggest counters, and you want entertainment, you watch this guy right here, and it's going to be very interesting to see. One of these guys will move to 0-3, which is very unfortunate, but has to be done, as one of them will get their first NEC win. So, no further ado, streaming. We will probably go to the next 1v1 fight. I believe it is at 8 o'clock. Let me just double check. We will go with that one after this. So might have to miss a few. Yeah, it will be 8:30. 8 o'clock will be the next matchup. Yoda versus Naz. We will go to that after this matchup, I believe. It's just Manhu _. MANHU _. Do you know much about these, Leech? Do you know much about Manhu? No worries. So, 0-0, first 2 times these guys have ever met will be a very closely contested bout. See the lot of Div 20 badges there from Getting Sparked, so veteran on his side of the things. But Manhu, Tomaselli, another one of these guys, absolutely surging through the scenes, putting on absolutely beautiful performances left, right and centre. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these two guys match up. They are good to go. So they do match up round 1, Tomaselli or bust. He's magic, you know, man. Who Tomaselli? Big lot of support for Tomaselli in the crowd here tonight. 0-2 looking to get his first win, but Getting Spark no slouch as it seems. So it's going to be interesting. But you see there, big rock there from Getting Spark. Body goes up top, and what a beautiful flying knee from Getting Sparked. And Manhu a little bit stuck in the mud. Oh, but this is what Manhu does. He's never out of a fight. He does get the jump, could be it. Does look like maybe not. And a big slip, does survive. And he does get back to his feet. And this one is 100 miles per hour already. Exclamation mark points, gentlemen, if you do want to see.
I'm exhausted trying to call all the strikes that these two.
So, absolutely insane first minute. Big rock from both competitors. 2 rocks for Getting Sparked and a big one from Tomaselli. The commentary team with me? Pabst?
Well, the leg kicks have been a big storyline in this one, and there's another one. So he continues to slow his opponent down, and nice poker face on the other side. I'm not sure how many more he can take.
Commentary teams seem to have left me all to my own, but it is all good because we are here, gentlemen. And this fight is absolutely 100 miles per hour. Getting Sparked looking for another fight of the night bonus. And a big takedown from Tomaselli. And a ducking roundhouse landing off the head.
He's used everything he could early in the fight, and now he's just surviving. Big shots being landed on both sides here.
Big switch kick landing to the body. Manhu gas tank absolutely gone, but we expect nothing less from him. And a big rock from Getting Sparked. Body. And that could be it. Big flying knee. Puts him on his back. And that is Getting Sparked. 100 miles per hour. Unlucky Manhu, but a beautiful fight nonetheless. 100 miles per hour. Very tough when you fight someone for the first time. But Getting Sparked getting his first ever win. And that will be very, very important for him. We might have time to quickly squeeze one more in, gentlemen. Don't see why not. As we do move back to the card. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, lads. Thing was painful, we move. I'm sure you'll be back, Manhu, bro. Oh, so Naz versus Yoda is actually the next scheduled matchup. So, that's interesting. We could wait 10 minutes, gentlemen. Do you know what? We'll wait the 10 minutes. We're going to give it 10 minutes while Yoda and Naz get prepared, and we'll quickly just go through a few things. As we will turn off. We'll rock this. Okie dokie. So, while you are here, gentlemen, I'd like to take a little quick shout out to NUGS AU. NUGS AU, the token built by gamers for the gamers. Yeah, we've just launched the new NEC merch. I'll quickly show you guys some of that. If you are interested in these guys competing, you can come to the NEC page over here on the events section of the NUGS AU website. That's nugsau.org/events. You can upload your favourite clips to be featured on the website and to be in the chance to win knockout of the season. Yeah, our new logo, gents. Hope you like that. That will be our logo coming forward. You can check the standings of these players as it loads. So you do see there Fadanator absolutely dominating 18 points. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a decision. You're getting 3 lucky bonuses. Absolutely dominating the point system there. You see Webbo, Keza, Suave, Frosty, Trixie, some great names. Kante, Kavilum. We see Kavilum all the way ranked number 8th. Sporting a 3-2 record, taking a loss tonight against Anime Expert. See Leech as well, who was on comms with me. Did I leave the commentary? No? What happened there? Sorry, lads. I had just muted.
No problem.
I don't know how. Don't ask me. I didn't do anything.
We were just muted and deaf, and we were calming it up.
Yeah, it went quiet for a bit. We didn't even know the fight was on, and we were talking amongst ourselves about we were giving an analysis on the game, and obviously how you can get caught with things, and anyone could beat anyone. I turned on your stream, and I just saw Thomas said he was, knocked out.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't actually understand. I was literally going commentary team. You're with me. Don't know what happened there. Somehow I muted that. But anyway, we are back. I'm just taking a quick run through, showing the standings. You see you there, Leach, ranked number 9, sporting 10 points with 1 bonus. I believe that was maybe a fight of the night performance or a KO of the night.
It was against Kante, yeah, fight of the night.
Fight of the night against Kante, and a big win for you. I'm sporting a 3-2 record for you. Then you see JakeyB coming in there at number 10, taking on number 4, Suave Jamie. So yeah, these guys competing in the 1v1 side. You can also head over to the actual 1v1 section we have, where you can check out our own rankings. Where the guys that are just fighting already updated there, you see Anime Expert pushing himself up to rank number 9, Cavallo dropping down to rank number 16. But yeah, and then you see all the fixtures, the results, and things like that. So if you are interested in staking and you want to do a bit of research on these guys, this is a good place to start. You can come over here to the NUGS event section and check out their standings, their 1v1 standings. And then yeah, we have Lucky's ratings. This is Lucky's ratings. So every week these guys are rated by Lucky 13. Very good staff member. Very good staff member, and yeah, these guys get an extra bonus point for finishing top of the dog pile there. And then you can check the prize list. These are the prizes we are giving away this season: the medal, the Rocky Balboa. Yeah, so these are the prizes given away this season. You can see some extra prizes there. The pot of mystery gold that the 1v1 you guys will be competing for at the end, which will be roughly probably around $200 ish, maybe, depending. See how that goes. JakeyB gonna go 29-0 probably. Big win tonight. Thanks for the follow, Cloud, and I appreciate that, my bro. Yeah, so definitely check them out. You can check out the NUGS token. NUGS token doing very well. Get involved in it. We're trying to make a passive income for everybody. Just do a bit of research. If you are unsure, you can come here. There's a lot of stuff to read. All you got to do is read, lads. And the more support these guys get, the better it is. The more support these guys get, the better the prizes we can do and things like that. I was just going to show you the merchandise before we go to talk about this next one, but I don't know actually how to find it. Bear with me. I can actually see the store.
I'm interested in.
Oh, you want Leech merch?
Yeah, well, if here's hoping, but the with the signed memorabilia and stuff, I've got a little collection going with signed UFC memorabilia, so I'm looking at, obviously.
That stuff's sick. I want to start getting into stuff like that, collecting memorabilia. That stuff's sick.
Well, I'd say a collection. I have 2 things. I've got the Korean Zombie poster signed, and then I've got
stuff.
Yeah, I do actually. I have Ben Askren's autobiography signed.
I knew it.
Guys, where's the shop? /shop.
Oh, I think it was in Gamer Hub.
I got it. /shop, not store. My bad. Here's where to find it. So you do see here, our NEC merch. You obviously see the NUGS AU merch. We've got some BFAT merch going on there and all the other streamers. You can also apply to be a NUGS streamer. But yeah, I've got some of this merch on order. This merch will be coming soon and you will see me sporting it. But look at that, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, take a little look at that. That is just beautiful. Does that look professional or what? Does that look like something you can see on billboards one day as the top?
It is nice. It's a nice clean logo.
Nice clean logo, yeah. So we are. If you are interested, you can go get that for a low price of £18, Great British pounds, not including postage and packaging. But yeah, and then we've got some nice jumpers, some nice tees. You will see me sporting that in a few days, and maybe a little coffee cup if you're interested. And yeah, we can get some more coming very soon. So moving on, make sure you check out that. Big shout out to 1v1 as well, staking the next event, which we will move on to talk about, which will be 2 guys not had the best start to the season, respectively, both of them. Oh, fucked it. Fumbled the bag. Yeah, so it will be NAS UFC versus Yerda. So a very, very high level matchup. But both of these guys sporting negative records. Would you expect that?
Yeah, it's a bit rare seeing from these competitors, NAS UFC and Yerda. I mean, I've fought NAS UFC 4 times in comp now. So seeing him with a negative record, knowing like what the level he's at, it's a bit astonishing to see. You're not going to see that too often.
Yeah, not going to see it too often at all, but both of these guys absolutely at the top of their game. Both, well, not obviously at the top of their game right now, but they are at the top of the dog pile in the community. Both very, very good when it comes to playing this game. So let's just see. The stakes do look pretty even for this one as well going in. Obviously, Naz, 2 losses on the bounce. You know, probably a lot of his guys in his community putting money on Naz, and you know, not really been too happy with the results. You know, took a big loss against Kezar, which was very tough, and then yeah, took a loss against Suave JakeyB, which is obviously nothing to be too frightened about. And then obviously his 3rd loss coming against Pabs, who you do hear on the commentary booth. And then Yoda as well.
Lost to like, he's only lost to like some just like top talent, man. He's only fighting the best, man. So
he's only fighting the best.
And he's fighting Yurt. I mean, like, he's literally just fighting the best back to back, man. It's crazy. Either Naz gonna be 2-4 or Yurt's gonna be 1-3, which is crazy to think. You know, one of them's gonna be it. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Yoda as well, sporting a 1-2 record. His win coming against Tricky Swifts. His 2 losses coming against Kezar and JakeyB. So he's arguably taken losses to players that he believes he's better than, and then took a win there against, you know, Trixie, who's ideally probably one of the better players in his community. So, you know, not really consistent from Yoda. We've seen, you know, like beating someone like Trixie, but then taking losses to someone like me when Trixie is probably miles ahead of me. So it's you know, it's ifs and buts, and they do have a minute before they go into this, and this is going to be a fun fight. It's going to be interesting to see if Naz pressure gets to him, because I feel like when he fought you last week, perhaps, he weren't really like himself. You know, he weren't doing that body stuff that he normally does, all the Mads slip and rips, pop, pop, pop. You know, he was just sort of walking into you and just getting punched every time he did. He was just like walking into punches. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of my game plan. Kind of let him come to me, work the body. You know, I didn't want to sit there in the pocket and take a risk of getting pulled knee or having him trying to slip and double body. You know, what I mean, I wasn't gonna take that risk. I wasn't gonna try to play into his style. You know, what I mean, per se, I wasn't gonna sit there and try to exchange with him.
Indeed. So we do quickly move over to the rules. Quickly run through the rules before they have about 30 seconds before they can go, so we will quickly go over to the rules. So yeah, if you're here every fight, you will know already that all these fights are 3 rounds. Any use of exploits, no matter how minimal or accidental, it will result in immediate disqualification. So if you are staking, please be aware of that. You see a list of your banned submissions in a banned exploits there. You can have a quick scan through them. The backseat in RNC. Obviously, your commentary team here is to provide you information on those when we do see those. Yeah, that's it, gents. So even if they're locked in, it's a disqualification. Do you know what I mean? We can't really make it any fairer than that. These guys have been playing the game for a very long time, so we do find it easier to, you know, the odd minimal accident might happen, but you know, you gotta like it or lump it. So I do believe that the stakes are locked and we are good to go. So let's just quickly fly over here. I believe it might be Naz streaming.
It's a little Poirier mirror, looks like.
It is a Dustin Poirier mirror match, as you would see.
Dustin's such an elite fighter in this game, and I'd put him like top 3 in this game, man. With him, Jan, featherweight Volk, and like lightweight Dustin, man, they might be the 3 best in the game, man.
And the stakes are locked for this one. We will quickly move over to it, and it will be he versus Yoda 3-2-1. It's a very interesting spar record there. Yoda up by 2, but I do know these guys do spar a lot, so that is all mainly spars. Not really sure if there's any comp history between these 2 gentlemen, but yeah, they are good to go, and this one will be very interesting to say the least. How do you think this one goes?
I think if Yurta can get his pressure going, he'll have a lot of success. I think if Naz can neutralize that pressure and make it a little bit more of like a more patient, drawn-out fight, I think Naz will have a lot of success.
What about you, Leach? Got much to say on this one?
Say, you know, obviously Dom, he's an experienced competitor. He's been at the top of ESFL. He's competed for belts. He's been there. He's done everything. Obviously, there is to do. Obviously, Naz winning the ESFL belt, it's an impressive accolade in and of itself. I think going into the fight, Dom Yoda, has to sort of be in the mindset that he's going in there to win. He does doubt himself quite a lot. Obviously, he's someone that I party with quite a lot, so I know what he's like, obviously, before, after fights. But yeah, if he gets in there and he lets his hands go, he knows what he does what he knows he can do, then I think it'll be a very successful night for him.
Could be a very successful night indeed, as you do see Naz UFC in the blue trunks with the red tape around his gloves with Dustin Poirier, also Dustin Poirier Yoda with the black trunks and the blue around his gloves. If you are new here, if you look at the top left and top right of your screen, you do see for a brief moment it does show you the name of these competitors. So if you are staking, there's a good way to check. But otherwise, you do have Naz in the blue, Yoda in the Naz in the blue trunks, Yoda in the black trunks, and yeah, big takedown denial from Yoda, and it's going to look to continue that. I know Naz, a lot of people saying to Naz, you need to get on your wrestling, bro. Like, you're standing here trading with these guys and you're losing fights, you know, you need to really get on your wrestling.
That is the thing. Naz is a good we all know Naz is grappling. That's why I was surprised when he agreed to do like a Conor mirror with me, you know what I mean? I didn't expect him to do that, but I do think he needs to get back to his wrestling roots here a little bit. And you're seeing that early. He's throwing clinches out there early. Yoda keeps exchanging with low head. I think if Yoda takes his time a little bit more and lets Naz throw then go, I think he'll have more success here.
You know, you said that about Yoda, but I've noticed that in a few of his fights against me, against Trixie, even though he did win that Trixie fight. Oh, but a big rock from Yoda, body. He hit 4 body
hooks.
Oh, what a big pull elbow from Naz.
Elbow.
And a clinch. Does fire out the clinch. And he does go into that
Naz
tire
needs to
whip. And he does go to that body. A big moment from Yoda in that one. Tied a little bit against him, but he does bring it back with that one. But yeah, I've noticed it with Yoda, as get back to what I was saying. I've noticed Yoda does trade with low head health. Against Trixie, he was doing it. He had like half, and he was just ready to swing again. And he was getting caught, and he was getting dropped from it. So, and a big takedown landed from Naz UFC, and it's going to be a very big, interesting story.
And this is Naz's world, and a beautiful side control now. Gonna see the undeniables probably come out from Yoda here.
A big up transition into half guard, posture up from Naz as he does go back into side control. And if I'm Yoda here, just need to survive these next 40 seconds, right?
If I'm Yoda, I'm spamming. I don't know if the Kimura, he's not gonna. I don't know, maybe. I don't know if the Kimura was the smartest thing to do with that time left. But
with the chain though, those see it absolutely accelerate.
I still don't think he'll get it even with the chain.
I don't know. It's gonna be close.
Nah, he's
5,
he's fine.
4.
He's fine.
You sure? And he does survive.
He should have just stuck with damage there.
Should have stuck with
30
damage
seconds
indeed.
on the clock.
But
got the chain and everything.
Look at
was a little chunk
stats identical. Really.
I think you'd have to edge it Naz with some control time and then that pull elbow. I think I'd edge that round Naz.
Yeah, I'd edge that round Naz as well.
Close round.
Very close round indeed. But yeah, they're still in this fight. You see a touch of gloves to get us started into our second round. And yeah, this one all to play for, as we mentioned. One of these guys will either go 2 and 4, or they will go 1 and 3, which is very, very. You don't see a lot from these competitors as at this high level.
It is crazy to think that. That's a crazy thing. Yoda could be 1 and 3, or Naz could be 2 and 4 here. That is crazy to think. I think that also speaks to the level of comp in NUGS at the moment, man. When you have people like this with records that they have right now.
Well, that's what I mean. It's one of them, you know. It's tough to put them against lower level guys. So we kind of just when they're in.
That's a big hook from Yoda.
When they're in the 1v1 me matchups, they kind of need to fight each other. Do you know what I mean? Even coming off a loss, but a big rock and a big spear, and Dirty Dave will be happy with that one, and a big sprawl from Yoda, and big denial. And you think he's got to just wait this one out to get it back.
Yeah, Yoda's just gonna sit here and just let the time burn out. The sprawl. It's been kind of like a sprawl meta developed in the grappling now. Everybody just half guard, go sprawl. Oh, but he attempts a Japanese necktie here. I think he's just doing that to reset the clock. Yep.
Yeah, very smart, very smart. He will get a bit more sprawl damage. Yoda looking to go back to his feet. Not the smartest idea, as Naz will probably get a transition out of this. But big denial from Yoda to keep him in sprawl.
It's so hard to move anywhere in sprawl here unless you go half guard from bottom. Oh, but he actually hits up as I say that. Clinch right away again from Naz.
Naz looking a little bit cheesy. Just straight on it, but he needs to be, you know, like money's on his side.
Naz, though. This is the best version of Naz you're gonna get. Is a full MMA Naz throwing clinches out there, man. This is the best version of Naz you're gonna get.
With someone as dangerous as Yoda as well, you don't wanna give Yoda any time to start teeing off on you, because if we see in there in that first round, and then a big. Oh, and a big rock. That's exactly what I'm saying.
His hook. Oh, full war.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You don't want to give Yoda any seconds here on the feet. You know, there's still minute 30 left to work with Yoda. Oh, and it's a pool party. Bring your bikini, because it is a pool party, bud.
Naz isn't throwing the pool knee there in those situations, man. He's actually trying to throw back to the head.
That's what I mean. This is what I'm very confused about. Because you see Naz, usually you see him, his pull rips the body, he slips, he rips the body. But in these matchups, we've been seeing he's just looking for head damage. You know, he's done it against you. He was putting his pull every time, and he could have ripped the body, and it could have been fatal. But just straight on the head. But that's very interesting to see that from Naz.
The one thing I think Naz, there was one reason I think Naz didn't throw that against me, because in our first matchup, I kept sidestepping his pulled knee and I dropped him twice. So I think he's a little discouraged to do it against me, because we have in our first conflict together, I sidestepped all like his pulled knees. But like, yeah, I'd expect to hear from Yurda, but I mean, I'd expect him to do it here against Yurda, but just chasing the head with the pulls.
Chasing the head with the pulls, and what do you think, lads? 1-1.
What round are you giving? What round are you giving Dom that one?
Yeah.
I think we could still give that to Naz. I think Naz could be up 2-0, I'm gonna be honest.
I think it could be 2-0 to either of them. I think the first round was closer than obviously a lot of people watching.
They landed like the same exact strike, but I think the control time maybe would have helped Naz.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, what is it?
And a big drop.
It might not even matter.
And Yoda is surviving it. Big lunge hook. Yoda does need to bring this one back. You got to think Naz did definitely take one of them rounds either way. Had a big takedown. Gets into stack guard.
Does he get denial?
And he does get a big denial.
Naz.
Oh, but he gets the up kick and Naz shoots. The big denial from Yoda. Naz shooting for his dear life.
That was big. That was big from Yurda. He needed that. That could have been straight to side.
Oh!
Is this gonna be it?
He drops
him!
To mount? It's not to mount.
It wasn't mount.
That's in a bad position here.
Yeah, this is
Naz
on the fence,
looking to survive.
Health against a man like Yurda. He's gonna.
He's knocked him down again.
If I'm Naz, I'm staying in and I'm recovering. I'm not getting up.
I'm clinching. No wonder he was. This is why he was clinching.
Oh no.
He shoots.
Yurda put it on, man. He needs to be careful not to get slip straighted or something.
Clinch.
Be careful here.
To the cage.
This is what Naz needs.
Takes
Get
the
this
back.
to the ground if you're Naz, man. Get this to the ground.
And a big denial, and he breaks the clinch. Yoda 250 to survive, unaware of who is actually taking this on the scorecards, but it could well be Yoda. Definitely up in this round. If he did win one of the two previous rounds, it will be Yoda to get the win here. But nevertheless, great fight from both guys going ahead. Naz maybe feeling like he's 2 rounds up. That's why he keeps looking for this.
Yeah, huge difference in the head health.
Oh, and Yoda tricky from stack. With feet on hips.
No, Yurda's showing some good stack, some good stack defense, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive stuff.
And then we do so there, another back to the tire clinch.
Oh,
gets the uppercut.
Knock off the break.
1 minute 40.
That's putting it on though. Maybe now not thinking he's up. Let's say they back sweep.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Take down
another good tight end and all.
A lot of guys in the chat saying Yoda could just relax. Naz needs this. Yoda taking it.
This is such a good fight. Every fight, man, has just been good today.
I got this 2-1 Yoda so far.
I would have had Yoda in that second round probably, but and a big drop. And he will jump. Maybe to mount. No mount. 50 on the clock, but you need to still be careful.
They're just going right away. Don't let the head up recover at all.
And a clinch. Naz thinks he's 2 up maybe.
He's playing like it. He's just trying to survive, man. He's just trying to get to that.
Naz trying to survive and hope he's 2 up. He does get this takedown, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting.
We're gonna
how
see
the judges score this on.
I'm curious how they're going to put it.
Armbar denied. And it's going to be 5 seconds left, and we will go to the judges' scorecard, and it's going to be very interesting. But lads, I think Yoda won it. I think Naz there to go for the takedown. I think he was silly.
I think he took that. I'd say round 2 and 3.
Personally, I think he did too.
We'll find out here in a sec. I'm curious, man.
Another close fight. Every fight tonight's been incredible.
Very, very close.
Good, man.
Very, very close. Beautiful performance from both gentlemen. You know, it is a lot better when we do see Naz initiate that wrestling. But we will go to the judge. And we will not see. We will not hear. Oh, we do hear it.
We go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28.
29-28. Yoda, it's got to be. Oh, it is Yerda.
That's a fantastic win for him. I couldn't.
That was such a good fight, man. Every fight tonight, man, it's just
He
been
put everything into that.
entertaining, man.
Big win from Yerda. Naz checking the stats. Don't probably believe that was how it should have been, but Naz moving to 2 and 4.
So Naz, man, you can't take these losses too hard, man. He's literally only losing to like the best players in the game, man. You know what I mean? It sucks to having a 2 and 4 record, man, but he's literally only losing to the best players on the game.
He is already losing to the best players of the game, but commiserations to Naz. He will be back. You know, a bit of a skid for him, but nevertheless, he will be back. That's what happens. You know, it's one of them. I've done it before, where you go on a bit of a bad losing streak in comp. You know, you just got to just keep going. You know, we will probably look at a little bit of an easier matchup, giving someone to find that form again. But nevertheless, big win for Yerda, going 2 and 2. Very impressive win for him as well. Against someone as good as Naz UFC. So Yerda's beat Naz and Trixie and lost to me and Keza. It's just, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain that one. But moving on, we do have EK mix-ups against someone you guys have been talking about in the booth this evening, Dezinio. What can you guys tell me about? What can you tell me about these guys?
Mix-ups is no longer EK at the moment. He is currently Campus. I do know that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It is not EK mix-ups.
Dezinio is somebody I've been playing with since pretty much he started playing the game. I'm really good friends with Dezinio. I wasn't EK with mix-ups. You know, mix-ups has a very grapple-heavy style. He ain't afraid to, you know, throw a bunch of clinches out there, get a little greasy with some spinning elbows and knees. But Dezinio has such good forward pressure and such good boxing, man. He's one of those young guys, man. He'll slip your duck straight. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys, man. He's a very quick forward pressure fighter. I think this will be another entertaining fight.
Oh yeah, he's just at me there. He said, if you answer me, yeah, he does say there, does send me a quick message say he is not EK anymore, but we will move over to it. Do you know much about Dezinio Leach? Do you know much about him?
About Dezinio, is someone that I party with almost every day. Fantastic player. He's yeah, look, pretty much what Pab said. He's a pressure boxer. He'll move forward. He'll keep pushing the pace. But obviously, with a lot of pressure boxers, you'll see they sort of tend to gas out. He has really good stamina management. And even not say if he was to fight himself last week now, he would. You'd see such an improvement. He's constantly improving. He's getting better. It's like the kid doesn't know what a skill ceiling is. He's constantly improving. He's breaking the mold of what everyone thought he could be, and he's winning his fights. He's really impressive, and it's an exciting fighter to watch.
He is indeed.
I can't wait for this
Let's see if we do have a stream link for either of these gentlemen. What is the stream link? Hang about. Give me a moment. General chat. Mix-up's good as well. You know, Dezinio on a surgeon, it's another fight, another banging fight that you see here, you know, like I match made it and I just thought, you know what, like Mix-up's got some high level wins in prime time a few seasons ago, really making a run for the belts, and he was really up there, you know, very solid grappling. And Dezinio as well, yeah, just absolutely surging through. It's going to be very interesting to see how this one goes. A lot of very good fights tonight so far. My favourite fight so far was probably Maceo Pablo G.
I think I'd put Yerda Naz as my favorite so far. Just the constant rocks back and forth, and not completely sure who won at the end.
Yerda Naz is also my pick. I would say
especially the level of the fights, man. Especially the level they're at. You know what I mean? Some of the best fighters in the game going at it, having a war like that.
I'd say for performance of the night, I'd probably have to give it to Getting Sparked. I didn't actually watch the fight, but it was over that quickly.
But he actually got a stoppage, you know. He actually got a quick stoppage. So
I didn't get chance to see, but it was over before it had begun. So
it's Dezinio 10 with 2 O's. Dezinio 10. My performance of the night would probably be Anime Expo.
I'd back that. That's not a bad pick.
I'm expecting either, but you know, if Mixie goes Alex, I'm expecting like mix-ups to come out here and have a big grappling approach. I don't think he's going to try to strike too much with Dezinho. Dezinho is a very talented elite striker, in my opinion, and he's only getting better. Like you heard Leach say, man, he improves at a rapid pace. He's just one of those new players to the community, man. He's just constantly getting better, man, constantly improving.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of his Robbie Lawler, and it is not pleasant.
Yeah,
he hits
really
hard,
Robbie,
he hits fast, and he hits you when you're not expecting. It should be a really good fight.
I don't even know why Robbie hits so hard, man. Like, his punch stars, everything's 3 or 4 stars besides his jab, his body jab, Superman punch, and his lead overhand, all 2 star. Everything else is 3 and 4. He has the same punch power as Robert Whitaker. I don't know what makes him hit so hard, man. I really don't. He hits so hard for no reason.
Very dangerous indeed, and you do see that boy Mixie, can no longer call him EK Mix-Ups. That boy Mixie maybe will be looking to join a new camp in the future, which will be good for him. You know, definitely a solid competitor to pick up. So if there's any guys in the chat, you know, maybe Regicide, not too sure. B3, I've heard you're having a bit of meltdown at the minute. Maybe that boy Mixie could be a recent addition to your roster. But yeah, Dezinho 10 is actually in fact DB, I believe. I don't know. I'm not too sure what's going on with DB. They're in a bit of
a weird thing going on as well.
They have a bit of a weird. They have some internal problems right now. So maybe that might affect Dezinho here with all the domestics going on inside the camp. You know, is there be anyone cornering him from DB in this matchup? Not too sure, but so far, Mix-Up's looking really good.
I'm real surprised with the character pick from Mix-Ups, man. I don't take Mix-Up as much of a striker. You know what I mean? I take him more of a grappler, so I'm really surprised he's decided to sit here and strike with Dezinho.
You got to think as well, a lot of them guys in EK he's probably trained with as well, which there are some good players in EK, you know, who do have, you know, they do hit the lunges and the stuff like from when Spider taught them. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if he does just keep this one majority on the feet. Maybe feels like, oh, that was quite nice, but maybe he feels like he can beat this Robbie Lawler. Because me personally, I ain't going Robbie Lawler. You lads, middleweight, who's your pick?
Bro, I love Robbie Lawler.
Robbie Lawler?
I'm a huge Robbie Lawler fan, man.
I'll take Whitaker.
Yeah, Leach is on the wavelength.
I think it also depends on, like, if I know I'm going up against a wrestler, man, I'm not using Robbie's, like, 83 bottom control, man. I'm not using it, man. I'll go Robert Whitaker. But if I know it's a strike match, like, I'll go Robbie here against an Alex Pierre. You know what I mean? I'm really confident in Robbie.
But even with that 83, go on, Leach.
I was just going to say, going back to what you said earlier about obviously the state of DB and Dezinho, and I do have it on very good authority that he is a player that FSK are keeping an eye on. They see the potential, obviously. They're buying into the hype. They know what he's capable of, and I know that he has got a few eyes on him from that direction.
I agree. I think that whole like little group with Cavalum, Crimmy, Dezinho, Driz, I think all of them have a really high ceiling.
Minus the Leech.
The Leech as well. You never know, Leech. You never know.
So very, very good start though from that boy Mixie.
Mix-Ups, I think, is probably won his first round.
He's winning this round, bro. I'm telling you. But big shot from Dezinho there could change the tide of it. I don't know. You say that the last 5-10 seconds, Dezinho might have stole it. Who knows? Very close round indeed. Again, like a lot of close fights on this card. That's why it's a banging fight card, because you look at the fights and you can't really tell who's going to win. And there he comes.
Matchmaking, man. Just really good matchmaking.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, very good round for both gentlemen, and a big takedown at the end there maybe to secure it. And rounds like that, I remember in UFC where a takedown could actually secure you around. You know what I mean?
I think I'd give first round mix-ups. I think you'd have to. Especially, he worked the legs. They have similar head health, but I think the leg damage kind of put him over the edge 100%, and then obviously a late takedown on top of that. I definitely think you have to give first round mix-ups.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So yeah, but FSK keeping a close eye on Dezinho 10, and there is a reason why, because he is dangerous at all times. You know, we did see the same from Cavalum earlier. Even when he was down 2 rounds, he still was pushing that pressure and still trying to get it done. But that one Mixie, you know, he's experienced. He's been in these high-level matchups. You know, he's been in like, I believe he's been in like title fights with Fadanator. He definitely has been in a title fight with Fadanator. Because I tell you what, he was in a title fight.
Prime-time title fight versus.
Prime-time title fight. Fadanator's controller died and it didn't finish him. Maybe he wants to be an FSK. Maybe that's a statement Mix-Ups is going to make it. Maybe he's going to say...
I don't know what Camp Mix-Up's going to like looking to get into personally. I don't really know. Maybe a little BFAP? You never know. Maybe a little BFAP?
Yeah, there you just tried it, bro. Oh, and some big quick hands there
That
from
was a nice
Dizinho.
jab.
Oh.
That was a 1-4-1-2. That was quick.
And a clinch into the takedown and a big takedown denial on the trip. And Dizinho, I don't know, I feel like Dizinho's doing really good work. I feel like he's not too far off a big rock.
Ooh, that's a big slip straight. He keeps looking for that duck straight. He's been caught with the lead hook twice trying to go for it. That's some mix-ups got to look out for. We've seen Dizinho go for that duck straight a few times already.
And big knee to the body.
And mix-ups will throw it. He'll get greasy in there, man. You start pressuring.
Oh, and a slip straight lead overhand.
Over.
And he does get the drop. And he walks into feet on hips.
Oh,
and a big denial, and he will pass over to side control, maybe a momentum sprawl. Does get the momentum sprawl.
That was good. That was good.
Very good from Dizinho to be aware of that momentum transition. I see it a lot. When people get this feet on hips position, lads, if you are listening, yeah, let me just break something down for you, because I see it a lot and it does really frustrate me. So when guys take that feet on hips position and they go into side control, you can sprawl instantaneously. It is a momentum transition, and you will get it probably 9 times out of 10 unless you are fighting Dirty Dave. So, because obviously you have to be quick on that pre-deny. But yeah, so guys, if someone ever passes you from ball and a big side step, trying to impress Pabs. Pabs didn't reckon. You didn't reckon he'd be out here striking, but I feel like he's holding his own against.
Yeah, I'm a little biased on this fight. I'm honest. I'm an honest fan. I'm a little biased in the commentary for this fight. I love to see him. Somebody I party with.
Oh, big rock into a flying knee, lead hook.
Good head move from Dizinho, staying alive, not getting his block smashed too much. I'm liking the little sprints and jabs from DZ keeps throwing.
I think he's having a bit of trouble, you know, getting him through the reach of Pereira. He's big.
I was just about to say, we saw that pull elbow be nowhere in range. The size of Pierre, I think, is giving Dizinho a lot of trouble right now.
Another flying knee, needs to be careful on them flying knees. Big counter on one of them could just end the night. But other than that, Mix-Up's fighting a very good fight, you know. I think both of these, I think this is Mix-Up's debut, and I think Dizinho 1-1 potentially. 1-1, yeah, lost to Kezalar, beat Naznim. Oh, and a duck on the head kick, and a big rock, and this could be it, and it is it. And that boy Mix-Ups, whatever you want to call him, former EK Mix-Ups, with a beautiful KO on Dizinho.
That was a brilliant performance from Mix-Ups, to be fair, man. He won the first round, and we saw the second round, man. It was pretty dominant second round. That was a beautiful performance from Mix-Ups.
That's what me and Paz was talking about earlier. Obviously, the fight can change in a moment. If you duck into an uppercut or a knee, we said that exact thing earlier, and it's happened now, unfortunately. But yeah, that was incredible.
You had us on mute during those talks, but
yeah.
Sorry about that one, lads. Anyway, commiseration to Dizinho. I'm sure he will be back. Like, no easy fights. That's what I'm saying, lads. This is a high competition. I know we let Webbo get 5-0, but we won't talk about that. We will talk about these are high-level matchups. These are tough matchups to win. We are trying to make sure that these guys are up against it. You know, if you ain't coming to the best of your ability, just like in other high-level organisations such as ESFL, you know, you will take them losses against these guys, and the best guys really pressure makes diamonds. You know, and you do see. Yeah, it will be very interesting. I like it because I know a lot of these guys, you know, I feel like I'm sat in the trenches with these guys a lot. So when I'm matchmaking, I feel like I can, you know, really understand the good fights and that. So it's very nice. But moving on, we do have Tadpole versus Hayes Fran. So Hayes Fran, like Tadpole, you know, very inactive for the last 7 or 8 months. Something or other, he was stating. He does make his return here tonight. Obviously, the NEC and the 1v1me stuff has interested him to come back, and he's taking on Hayes Fran. Hayes Fran, I know from the VFL, very impressive, you know, in short bursts, looking great. I feel like this is a chance for Hayes Fran to make a statement, to beat someone like Tadpole, who's well known around the community, but then that is also a chance for Tadpole to come out and show why he has the credit that he does. So moving on to that one, do we have a stream link? Was it Tadpole maybe?
It's Francis.
I'm really looking forward to this fight. This is gonna be one of my. I'm looking forward to this fight almost as much as any fight on the card tonight.
I wouldn't say I'm looking forward. I'd say I'm curious. I've not seen Tadpole fight a whole lot.
I do want to see how he comes back. It's been a long time, like I said earlier. Man, this is his first live fight in I think he said 5 months or something. On Discord, it's been a really long time.
6 months maybe, I think he said.
It's been a long time.
So these two gentlemen
curious
are
to
good
see.
to go. We're seeing Conor McGregor from Tadpole and Dustin Poirier from Hayes Fran. Like I say before, Tadpole, he's one of them guys, you know, he's like him versus Spider as well. He's like a matchup you dream to see. You know, Tadpole, very like, he grew into his own style, you know, he sort of started a bit meta and then, you know, he's been in every single camp on the game. So mix-ups, if you need a camp, check Tadpole. I'm pretty sure he's got some links that
he's got a list of them.
He's got a list of links for you. But it's going to be very interesting. Fran with a win on Webbo in comp, and Webbo 5-0, so Fran must be better than Webbo. That's what we're going to say for this one. But yeah, it's going to ring rust, you know, it's a thing. You know, you see Fran starting off here, you know, Tadpole not landed a shot, 30 seconds in.
One thing to look out for Fran, as I was just about to say, Fran loves leg kicks. I've played Fran like 40 times, man. Every single fight, doesn't matter character pick, leg kicks, feints and leg kicks, man. No matter who he goes, man, he's always leg kicking.
So maybe we'll get a reenactment of when Conor McGregor broke his leg, right?
Yeah. Oh, let's hope not. I'm the biggest Conor McGregor fan. Let's hope not. Yeah.
And we do see there a big leg kick and another leg kick, and Tad does need to be onto that. And when the ring rust comes in as well, it's a bit easier when you find someone that just comes to box. You know what I mean? But when someone starts going low and you start feeling like the muscle memory to remember to check that leg kick, which does. And then after a few leg kicks, you think, right, I need to block low, and then that's what opens up the
beautiful straight from Tad.
headshots. But yeah,
the thing of Fran, man, he will never like go naked leg kicks. They're always set up, which is such a such a smart way to fight leg kicks. Because in this game, it only takes 2 or 3, and there's a check. It only takes 2 or 3 checks until your leg's dead, but it takes like 10 to get your opponent's leg dead. You know what I mean? So you got to be really smart. It's quality over quantity with leg kicks, in my opinion, in this game.
it is indeed. What are you saying, SK?
Be careful. He's following up the jab a lot of the time with a straight, and if Fran catches on to it, he could slip straight overhand, and that pulls him back into the fight. It doesn't matter how far ahead he is.
And as soon as you say that, there is another big jab straight from Tadpole down the pocket, and yeah, he is opening him with that. So hope maybe Fran will take a read onto that. And you do see a lot of straight shots coming down the pocket, but Fran not really looking to slip his head off the center line, just more interested in backing
Fran
up.
could use some little minor space here. He's eating a bunch of straight shots.
Oh, there is one. And
oh, that's a big combo from Tad. Almost rocks Fran. No, for one reason, I don't know what it is. I never see people use the slip straight lead over him.
Oh, and that's what he does. And my straight's froze, no! A big spinning heel kick, and that's what Tadpole does. He drops him, and it could be it.
This is what you gotta watch out for when you're fighting Tadpole, man. Those crazy explosive moments, man. You know, you're never safe when you're fighting Tadpole, man.
It's definitely one of them where like even when he misses like a leg kick or a head kick, and you always think like, oh yeah, that's alright, I can engage now. Then just something comes out of nowhere. Oh, the big pull, and that could be it. Tadpole does get the jumps, could be it.
And it's
that is over.
Gets it done in 1 round. Ring rust doesn't exist, he says. Yeah.
Ring rust doesn't exist.
What a performance. That was a good performance, man. Especially after not competing for 5-6 months, however long it's been, man. You know, that's impressive stuff right there. You gotta respect it.
Yeah, Tadpole's someone that reminds me a lot of Alex Caceres, you know, in real life, obviously.
Leroy.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy. He's a very creative striker. You never know what he's going to throw next, and it's calculated. It's good.
I've personally been on the receiving end of like the leg kick whiff into a def kick KO from Tadpole myself, so I definitely know he's a very dangerous creative striker.
Tadpole says he was shaking like a leaf. He never used to get them nerves. It's one of them. Give it a couple fights and you'll be back to normal. You'll be back to normal anyway. But moving on. Here we go. Now, no bias, but the Spider, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Spider has returned. Beautiful performance against Mark Jeff last week. No discredit to Mark Jeff. Mark Jeff was saying for a few days, like, I'm still in awe of that performance from Spider. I would like to point out that in that last round, they went 2 minutes. Mark Jeff did not even land a strike. He did not even land a strike against the Spider. And before the round went in, I went, oh, the tough thing about fighting Spider is he's really tough to hit. And then going into the 3rd round, he didn't actually land a single strike in 2 minutes on the Spider. So very, very impressive from the Spider. He is very elusive in there. And he's going up against Kemyor. And Kemyor is this man who's just calling out everyone. You know, you don't care if he loses like Wobbsy. He said, I want Wobbsy. Lost to Wobbsy. He said, I want Spider. He does not care who he fights. He's just calling out all the big names, you know, and I think he's sporting like a 2-3 record, maybe something like that. But he does not care. He's calling out everyone. He wanted this fight, so we give him this fight. And it's going to be very, very interesting. What can you guys tell me about these two gentlemen?
One thing I love about Spider, he uses the pivot lunge, which a lot of people don't utilize. I utilize it myself, so I can always appreciate when people do go outside the box a little bit with some like movement tech and different styles. Spider is just such a creative striker, man. The lunging strikes, the pivot lunges, the I mean, he's just a beautiful guy to watch, man.
Someone said, check Discord. I have checked Discord. What do you want? Where am I checking it? In the chat. NUGS chat. Kemio's not here, I bet. I'm in it. Book it. Book what? Oh, is Kemio not here? Oh, forget that. He calls everyone out and don't show up. He calls people out and don't show up.
He pulled me over sleep.
Boss man.
Oh, matchmaking chat. Yeah, boss man's call for it.
Pulling a little paps over sleep and not showing up to the fight.
So it will be boss man. It will be boss man, and now I'm telling you now, this is crazy, yeah, because the Spider absolutely sourced on boss man in ESFL, like disrespected him almost. But since then, boss man really gone and worked.
What's the stream? Do you know?
It's in Fighter Chicken, I believe. L_ the Spider _ L. L_ the Spider _ L. You with us?
Have to be in 1 second.
Anyway, as I was saying, these two did match up in the ESFL in the Camp Wars, and Spider did absolutely put on a thrilling, absolutely beautiful performance against Bossman. And Bossman really been working on his game since then. Since then, he has won the primetime title, you know, really gone away and worked on his game. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he bounces back here. This one is contested against in middleweight. We will see Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker. It's going to be very interesting to see if Bossman has righted some of the wrongs from that original first fight, or if Spider will just absolutely put on a stellar performance as before.
The thing with Bossman, man, he is a mixed martial art fan. He'll come in here, he will wrestle if need be. I'm expecting to see some of that come out of Bossman. He's a very talented pressure striker, but he is not afraid to wrestle in league fights, man. I'm expecting to see some of them.
I was going to say, don't be surprised if you see a takedown or two here. I can't imagine I want to stand with someone, obviously, as versatile as Spider.
It's just dangerous striking with strikers like that, man, all the time, man, because just out of anywhere they can throw a twisted combo, man.
Well, I mean, like I say, there wasn't much wrestling in the first matchup, and obviously Bossman did pay the price for that one. But obviously, like I say, Bossman has been working on his game since then, and we'll look to right those wrongs tonight to make it a 1-1 in competition between these two. But nevertheless, Spider has always been on the top of his game, so it's going to be very interesting here. And we do see Bossman starting aggressive.
Couple knees early from Bossman. Nice little combos, man. This is smart against a fighter like Spider-Man. So much movement, the pivot lunges, crazy combos, gas a little bit, work the tank a little bit.
Oh, and a big rock early from Bossman, and he gets a body rock.
And a body rock as well.
Oh!
The Spider not afraid to throw back. Switch stance from Israel Adesanya.
This is a brilliant start so far from Bossman. Everything's going right. Gotta be careful though. Don't get overzealous and get caught.
This is where he will look to take a takedown. And he does get a big takedown into side control.
Straight to side control.
And a big denial from Bossman. And a sprawl for Spider.
Yeah, I think Bossman will take the body health here.
Bossman will take every inch you get him, man. He came in with a body shot game plan, and he's taking these body shots.
The more body shots you get against someone like Spider's going to be for the best. You know, less combos he can throw on you.
Absolute pressure out the gate for Bossman.
Spider needs to get a little bit of respect, man. Maybe throw a little counter out there, try to intercept him. Because Bossman right now is just walking him down, swinging combos.
The Spider just looking to maybe find his shots, maybe survive this round. This fight is on 5 rounds, so we will only go 3.
I want to be honest with competitors like this. I don't think it's going to a decision.
I don't see this going the distance either.
As I say that though, Bossman shoots a takedown. We might see a decision.
A minute left on the clock, and a very, very good start from Bossman. You see that body health on Israel Adesanya looking rather low, and that head up and a big drop. Back to his feet, double hooks. But the Spider never out of a fight. But Bossman really shown that he has been working on his game.
He's been weathering the storm.
Bossman's been winning pretty much everywhere the fight's been going right now.
If you're Spider, you're looking at getting back to your stall, you know, screwing your head back on, reassessing.
Oh!
That's what I mean with Spider, man. You give him an inch. You give him an inch, man.
And he takes a mile.
He'll take a mile, yeah. He'll take a mile, man. You give him an inch. Right there,
And a big body rock to maybe swing the momentum back into his favour at the end of that first round, but they will come out, they will touch him. Spider's head health and body looking a little bit worse for wear, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Bossman get a little overzealous there, man. Get body rocked, but Robert Whitaker has like a 97 recovery, man, so should be fine in between rounds this early.
Takedown, and he gets it.
Ooh. The thing with Bossman, man, he will go full MMA. He's very confident in his grappling.
Yeah, as he should be. He's proven at this point he is competent on the floor. He knows exactly what he's doing, and against someone like Spider, he's also a mixed martial artist, but is predominantly known as a striker, it's probably going to be your best plan.
I mean, Bossman comes out of FSK camp, man, so you know he's going to be a complete mixed martial artist, man. They don't have no one-dimensional fighters.
I'd assume he's going to go for the shake-off here.
I think he's looking to roll if Bossman tries to flat him out. That's what I was thinking, but rolls back to half guard.
And a big pass over to side control for Bossman, where he wants to look to do his best work.
Bossman has a nice side control. He's helped me in it a few times, though. It is difficult to get out of. And a big deny.
Yep, as you said that, he gets the max GA denial on Spider.
And another big denial
as well.
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Oh, and look at the head health, it's blinking. Oh, and another deny. This is...
Oh.
It's looking bad for
Spider. And a very long...
How patient Bossman is in side control. I mean, he doesn't
and another big denial.
In a row.
He must have been training with Gamp. This has been fantastic.
Oh, there's the undeniables. That's what Spider needed, those sprawl undeniables.
And this could be it.
No,
this could be it. Into crucifix.
Oh, crucifix. It's a bad position to be in. You don't want to be in there with someone like Bossman.
And he does get back out into side saddle. And a big sprawl.
No,
Will have to take.
Gets out, man.
Will have to take this body damage to maybe get that to the feet, and Bossman does welcome him back to his feet.
Yeah, if I'm Bossman, I'm staying up there as well, man. You just rinsed his head up in side control.
Head help blinking from the Spider. Bossman.
I would say Bossman's got a lot of confidence now.
Yeah, he's not gonna be afraid to exchange it all now. I mean,
oh, and a big rock.
And it was it there, and he
just a lead hook, man. Rocked Spider there. Spider needs something big, man. Maybe a front kick, a head kick. He needs something big.
Oh, and that could be it. Into knee on belly. Does survive. 30 seconds left on the clock. But Spider's head health.
He's absolutely relentless.
I'm spamming sprawl here if I'm Spider, man. I'm just faking it. I'm just trying to survive.
I would have stayed on the floor there for Spider. I don't want any part
of
the stand up. Oh, and into full gun, he'll be saved by the belt. This has been fantastic from Bossman. That could be a 10-8.
Saved by the belt. Probably a 10-8.
This has been performance of the night for me so far.
Yeah, I would corroborate that.
That's sacrilege, man. He's looking like a prime Gamp out there right now, man. He's looking like a prime Gamp.
I'd imagine Spider's wishing that Kemura had showed up instead.
Yeah. Bossman just showing his levels on the ground, man. Showing he's complete martial artist.
And that could be it.
That could be it. Oh, he's got 4 feet. He's took it back.
And a big takedown. Rolls into side control.
Oh no.
Oh, and unscroll. Beautiful bit of chain wrestling.
He's rolling all over the place. Oh, Spider do something big, man. He needs
like a flying knee.
Man. He needs something, man.
He does need something.
So saddle.
Bossman just keeps taking him down now. Does he? It is a 3-round fight. He's gotta end this.
Yeah, this
He's gotta end this.
I think he's been trying to end this, right?
This ain't gonna go the distance. I don't see it happening.
He wants to show off.
And another big sprawl.
Yeah, Spider's doing very well to not let this end.
Remember, if it is a decision, it will only be 1 point.
They're kicking everything.
Oh, this could be it, surely.
That's
Against the cage.
That's it. Yeah, and he's finished
and
it.
Bossman rights and wrongs, and it is 1-1, and that is a beautiful performance from Bossman on last minute notice to come out there and get a very impressive win against a very, very impressive competitor. Hate to see it, but what can you do? What can you do?
That's performance of the night for me, especially against a caliber opponent like Spider-Man. I mean, that was brilliant, man. He dominated pretty much anywhere the fight went. On the feet, on the ground, it didn't matter.
That's a fantastic win for Bossman, and I think it shows how far he's come as a competitor. Obviously, with the fight before where Spider obviously took it, and it didn't look like at any point in that fight, bar the end of the first round, with the body rock, that Spider was there at all. It just looked like Bossman didn't even know who was fighting. It was just someone he had to get through, and it was a brilliant performance.
That was beautiful, man. Bossman's come just leaps and bounds ever since joining FSK, man. He's just constantly been improving at an astounding rate. He's gotten so much better, man. I would consider him an elite player now.
Yeah.
Beautiful performance. Beautiful performance, but we still do have 15 minutes, I believe. Maybe. Could be right. Oh, no, we don't. We have 18 seconds. No, we don't. We have 18 seconds till the next matchup, which is Wolvesy versus Kezalar. So we will quickly just burn through this to get these two guys underway. And it will be Kezalar versus Wolvesy with a 4-1 win ratio for Kezalar, 3-1 for Wolvesy. Wolvesy with a beautiful win last week against Kemura on the 1v1 Yap. And Kezalar with a beautiful one last week also against Yoda. So, very good. Both of these guys undefeated in the 1v1 me scene. Keza probably looking at this one, probably being a favourite into this one. Not entirely too sure how that one's looking. If you give me a sec, gents, I will just quickly integrity check both of these guys to make sure they are both playing on their accounts. So I will give you a quick little look at the rules while I go and do that. Give me a sec, gents. Was that in? Yeah, I'm good. You alright? All good. Gives a little flick and a wiggle. Yeah, you're good, mate. Good luck. Good luck, good luck. Good luck, bro. Yeah, you too, mate. What's going on, gents? I am back in the booth. I am back in the booth.
This is a Kezalaw's stream.
Just integrity checked, both gentlemen, and they are looking good to go. They are looking good to go. So you have quickly have a little of them rules there.
I love Kezalaw's title for a stream, Beef at Funeral at the moment.
Is that what it is? Right, now,
Yeah.
that's threw a little bit of a spanner in the works. I ain't too happy with that. Go Wolvesy! So yeah, so we do have these guys going head to head. 4-5 record, very close. Last time I see these two match, Keza looked very dominant. Integrity check both these guys. Both these guys will be matching up with Conor McGregor. They are good to go when they are ready.
Yeah, Keza's coming off some big win, man. He's beaten the likes of Naz and Yurdaman. I mean, that's about as high level as it's gonna get in this game, man. I mean, Keza has been looking very dominant in this NUGS league.
He has looked very dominant indeed.
I've just found out it's me up next. I'm going to booth now, get myself in the right headspace, talk to my team a bit,
Yeah, no worries. Good luck, Leeds. Good luck, bro.
I'll rejoin you after, win or lose.
Yeah, no worries, bro. Good luck.
Alright, mate.
So we do have Kezalaw attending a beef at funeral. Apparently, that makes my blood boil a little bit, but we will see these two go nonetheless. We will see Warbsy in the red gloves and Kezalaw in the blue gloves. So very interesting matchup nonetheless. But Warbsy, Kezalaw has beat some good, solid competitors, but Warbsy's very good. Yeah, he's
That's a nice start from Warbsy right away, to be fair.
He's someone I rate very highly.
Ooh.
And there's a big
gotta give Warbsy some respect here, man. I mean,
yeah, you got, bro. Warbsy's up on me by 100, bro. Remember that.
Warbsy's showing he's good right now, man. I mean, I've never personally played Warbsy, so I don't know, but I've played Kezalaw, so I know how good Keza is. I mean, and his wins speak for himself in NUGS this season. I mean, he has.
Oh, going to the body. Going to the body, a big rock for Kezalaw. Warbsy needs to be careful, doing great work going to the head. He needs to be very careful as he works for the hunts for the body there.
I like the pressure because he's just got to be a little careful, man. We're already seeing Warbsy's capable of pulling shots and countering, so he does have to be mindful of that pressure.
He does need to be very careful indeed. As you see there, minor slip, but nothing returned. But there's a lot of pressure, and Warbsy just needs to. I think he needs to chill out on the head health, the head movement.
In the shots here a little bit. He just needs to calm down, take his time. I feel like if he works the body, Keza would gas himself out a little bit with the pressure plus some body work.
Nevertheless, a little reset for both gentlemen.
Just over 20 total strikes. Found the mark.
But Keza in absolute amazing form, taking out big guys like Naz UFC.
Oh, that was almost a rock to the block. That was close.
Does need to be careful. Head health not looking too great already for Warbsy, but
beautiful pull straight.
Oh, and a pull straight.
He drops him.
And he does get the drop.
Keza's kind of just throwing combos at him willy-nilly. It doesn't seem like he's respecting the counter ability of Warbsy right now. Warbsy's showing he can counter and he can hurt him.
Well, eventually, he's going to turn this defense.
And Warbsy spun this matchup right on his head, but a big jab rear hook, and he does even up that head health. Head health was looking a bit worse for Ware, but he is still here.
Timing from Warbsy, man.
And he's doing really well.
Yeah, Warbsy's winning this round in my opinion, man. Doing beautiful. He had a brilliant start, shaky midpoint of the round, but he's having a beautiful end.
Beautifully placed hook there. He's connected on a few of them so far here in this round.
He sets him up beautifully.
But Kezalaw is still as dangerous as ever, no matter where the fight goes. Kezalaw very dangerous, but Warbsy fighting very well.
Pull straight again, man.
Oh, but
got to be a little careful.
nothing doing. If I'm Warbsy, bro, I'm just not going back to the body because that was where the mistake come from, right?
Yeah, Keza's just doing a naked uppercut, caught him. Keza's he's just struggling a lot with these quick, fast pull counters that are coming out from Warbsy at the moment.
He's doing a great job of watching his head.
But I feel like with the Conor McGregor power, it could be absolutely just any second. It could be the biggest shot.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're up by a mile. If you have if in a Conor mirror in this game, it takes one shot literally to end the fight with Conor, man.
Right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round.
So that is the end of the round.
Times that round, and then get KO'd in the first 10 seconds and open.
Yeah,
It literally does not matter with Conor in this game, man.
So a big round for Warbsy, got him 1-0 on the books, potentially. Coming back into this, a touch of gloves. Keselado still looking for a big return, maybe get the pressure back on. Maybe look for some counters of his own as you see a ball back there.
Another pull straight again, man. That pull straight has been money for him all night. Keza's not reacting to those pulls very quick. Maybe a little bit of nerves getting to him. Oh, and a beautiful lead hook rocks Keza.
Oh, that beautiful lead hook. He hits the body, taking his time.
Oh, drops him.
Oh, and he does drive against the cage. Could be it. He's up, back to his feet. And Warbsy may be looking to... You got a break here, right?
Yeah, if I'm Warbsy, I'm breaking right away and getting back to punching, man. He allowed Keza to get off the fence there and circle back to the center. Ooh, nice head kick from Keza. This is what he needs.
Oh, nice head kick, but just off the block.
Now, Keza does have some good block damage on. He could look for like a little 1-2 head kick. We're seeing the block overcommit just off of a jab straight from Keza. Could look for a big head kick through that block.
We'll need to eventually get into this, but Warbsy moments away probably from one shot from finishing this. Still throwing.
That's a stunning jab from Warbsy though, man. He's grilling with that jab right now. Oh, and he rocks him with the lead hook.
And that's it. Warbsy, Keselado attending his own funeral, and Warbsy gets it done. And it was not indeed a BFAT funeral.
Warbsy looked good, man. I'm not gonna lie. His counters looked clean, fast. He looked calm. Keza almost looked a little bit nervous with his, just wasn't reacting to the pulls, wasn't slipping, wasn't pulling a pull. Keza just looked a little stiff in there for me.
Yeah, not the normal Keselado. We will see. Maybe that's the thing. When Keza's the underdog, he feels like he performs better. But when he comes into the bigger matchups and the tougher matchups, you know, like not the tougher matchups, sorry, when he goes in overestimating his opponent, maybe, you know, that's probably the first time we've seen him like beef at funeral, like very certain he's going to win this matchup. And it didn't work out in his favour. So maybe Keselado looking to remain the underdog, but a very big win for Warbsy. And I think Warbsy very underrated, you know, and he showed it there tonight how he can definitely put on big performances.
Yeah. I think he showed his level right there, man. I mean, he just beat Keza, who's 4-1, former interim champ in this league, man. And Keza's coming off wins over Yurta and Naz. And Warbsy just beat him, you know what I mean? So I think that speaks to where Warbsy's at in the game.
Very beautiful win indeed for a very close friend of mine. BFAP win of the night. Moving on, we do have we do have the Leech versus Super Aaron. So we do have the Leech who was on the commentary with me, and Pabs going against Super Aaron, and Super Aaron, Naz did not beat Yurta, Yurta won. Against Super Aaron, a great competitor, surging through the community, and I feel like I'm giving this main card spot. He's like 3-1, so it's going to be a very interesting scrap to say the least. So we will go over to it.
You know who's streaming?
Not too sure yet. Maybe in the fight checking.
Aaron F. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Don't do a stream now. Keza just looked a little, I don't know, maybe the moment got to him. I'm one of those guys as well, man. When I'm the favorite going into a fight, or like a lot of people think I should just win a fight and you shouldn't be that competitive, that's when I'm the most nervous and I play the worst, you know what I mean? I'm one of those guys, I kind of like, when the pressure's not on me, I do better. So maybe Keza was feeling a little bit of pressure, being a favorite going into that.
So these guys are ready to go, so we will quickly go over there. Oh, sorry. So 0-0 on the record. 0-0 is going to be very interesting. Yeah,
I love watching Leech fight, man. He's a fun competitor to watch, man. He fights with everything in him, man. I love watching Leech fight. And I've never seen Super Aaron compete, so maybe this would be Super Aaron's coming out party, you know what I mean? Or Leech would just add another win.
Could be another win for Leech, and I feel like this is a test, you know. Leech, someone that chills with all the top players, you know, chills with all the greats of the game, you know. Really, he has that corner. Like you said, he's going to go talk to his corner, his camp, the guys that are around him for this fight. And Super Aaron, you know, probably no one in his corner, sitting in his room, not too sure how this one will go. But regardless, it will be very interesting to see if he gets it done.
That's something you got to think about, man. You got to look at the people who's going to be in Leech's corner, man. He's probably in a part of fadding him right now, because I know it's the last part we were in before we hopped in commentary booth. So he's got some of the best players in the game, most likely cornering him, telling him what to do.
So it's going to be very interesting to see if he can get this one done against someone that is experienced and hanging around with some greats of the game. And if he does, you know, he's definitely someone, you know, I played him the other day and I was thinking 3-1 in NUGS, I could make this guy my student. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he has potential. If he's doing that well already, he's showing class of potential, like pressure matchups and sort of thing like that. Konzi was 3-0, then he dropped to 3-1, so, and then he beat Konzi, so to go 3-1. So very impressive win there, but then the level does really step up a little bit with the Leech here, and it will only go forward in competition. But a big spinning elbow and a big pull elbow from Leech. It's nice to note that Leech has 2 finishes via pull elbow on his record. If you're interested in them stats, he's
a helicopter, man. He'll spin an elbow, pull elbow, spinning back fist.
If you are interested in them stats, if you check out the NUGS EU website, you do actually have the finish stats from the competitors. So whether they win by hook, uppercut, head kick, or whatever else, and the Leech does have 2 finishes by elbow. I believe both pull elbow finishes, or maybe spin elbow in there. Not too sure, but yeah. So definitely, when you look at your opponent and you see that he's got, elbow finishes, it's he gets it with his own. He gets it with his own. Super Aaron, bro. That's my student. That's my new student.
No way.
Tell him hit me up. He gets in with his own pull elbow. You know, the man that was leading the record for pull elbows, and he elbowed the elbower, and that is a very big win for Super Aaron, moving him to 4-1.
Love to hear Leech's take on that fight when he comes back in the booth. Love to hear him chat about that fight.
Very, very interesting indeed, but very good from Super Aaron nonetheless. Big win for him, and yeah, like I said, it's only going to get tougher from here on out. So congratulations to him, commiserations to Leech. We'll hopefully hear him back on the commentary soon. But yeah, big win nonetheless as we do move over back to our fight card.
That was a Super Aaron's coming out party, man. Elbow to elbow, man. Good job by him. That was a good fight while it lasted, man. They were swinging, man. They didn't hold anything back.
Beautiful way to open up our main card with that fight. And moving on, we do have Jak17 versus EK Fonty. Both of these guys 2-2. Another very good matchup. It's going to be interesting to see how Jak17 plays, if he comes with a bit of a cheesy approach. Not sure if you know much about I'm not sure if you know much about Jak17.
I do not. I've heard his name so much. Like I've seen him in Discord. I've seen people talk about him. I've heard people talk about him in parties, but I've never played him. I've never seen him play.
So we don't actually have Jak17 in the lobby at the moment. Let me just swing him a little hat.
But Fonty, man, Fonty is.
He's a beast, bro. Fonty's a beast.
Fonty's shown his levels, man. I mean, primetime champion, defended it twice, beat the likes of Nasnim, Caliber. I mean, Fonty's coming into his own, man. I think he's becoming one of the top competitors in the game right now. And I love watching Fonty fight, man. He has such a clean style. He's so technical. Not cheesy in any way, shape, or form. Clean, calculated striking. Uses feints, uses leg kicks. Goes to the body, goes to the head.
So these two are trying to get into a lobby at the moment. Both saying inviting, not letting me join. Resetting UFC. So while they do quickly do that.
Jack's like, you're going crazy.
Going crazy, man. So while they do that, we will quickly. Yeah, very interesting fight as well. Like bangers all round, but we will quickly take a look as we quickly go back to. Oh, I've took out the whole thing there. We'll quickly bosh. So guys, make sure you are checking out NUGS EU. Make sure you're checking out our NEC merch. Like, come on, bro. How sick does that look when you're staking on your favourite fighters? You need your lucky hat. This is your lucky hat. Yeah, this is going to be your lucky hat. If you win Rex, you need to buy this hat because that is a sick hat. Look at that logo, bro. There's a sick logo. So make sure you are checking out the NEC merch over on the NUGS EU website, nugsau.org/shop. I'm not too sure what to find at the moment. We'll get that
you like
looked
it?
at.
Reminds me of the EK logo, that little cutout on the top of the E and stuff.
Even the
shirts,
a very
nice, clean logo.
Bro. Very nice, clean logo. But yeah, they are very good. Very, very good. Will look beautiful you know, you will see me wrapping this very soon. Well, very, very soon. So yeah, make sure you check them out as we continue to
dude
grow.
wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Swole body. Little swole body.
And yeah, if you're interested in being a NUGS streamer, you can apply to be a NUGS streamer. You can get your own merchandise on the store. You can join this great team of guys, except this guy. He's no longer a NUGS streamer, so you suck. But yeah, everyone else, yeah, shout out everyone else. Shout out all these guys, Big Witsy and that. Big Witsy helping out a lot. Shout out all these guys. Yeah, so if you're interested in being a NUGS streamer, you can just join it, you can just apply. You know, you don't have to be a massive streamer to get involved, just need the hard work and dedication to love the project. And then, yeah, you can come over here, you can check our schedule, the overview of the NEC, submit your clips, you can check out the standings and the rankings. I'll quickly show you guys what I meant by the KO stats. So,
all right, Jack is saying they're lobbied. Who's streaming? Is it Fonty streaming?
yeah, it's AKA Fonty in the thingy. But yeah, so look, if you check here, you can check your KO stats. This is in alphabetical order. So look, you can see there straight. We have Anime Expert with a straight win. We have Accolades with a hook win. Blink with an elbow. Yeah, some of these guys. Fadanator has 3 hook wins. Yeah, so Kante with 3 hook wins. So yeah, it's very interesting. Did you say you have a straight one?
Yeah, I think I knocked Naz out with a straight.
I think it was. I uppercutted him.
It was a jab straight while he was moving. He tried to jab hook me, I jab straight him, I think.
So yeah, if you're interested in getting involved, guys, make sure you check out these and the prize list that these guys are competing for. So if these guys are ready, we will quickly move over. Here's the token created by the gamers for the gamers, and we will move over to this one. He was streaming, but now he's no longer streaming. I will refresh and hopefully, nope, need to restart stream.
I'm looking forward. I love watching Fonty fight. I don't know. I just love his like style of striking, man. He's got a clean, not cheesy. He's not necessarily a big block breaker. Just takes time, uses a lot of feints, mixes up his shot selection. I'm curious to see this Jack 17 fight. I've personally never seen him fight, but I see him all over the place. I hear people talk about him. I see him in Discords. I've just personally never seen him fight.
It's one of them, yeah. He's one of the. It depends how he's feeling. He'll come out. He'll either cheese you to life or death, or he won't. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy behaviour. So, and against someone that he has no absolute no relationship with, you're probably gonna you could probably expect him to, you know, to come out and cheese him just a little bit here. Could be interesting. Is that the Leech back with us? Leech?
I think it is. Are you back, Leech?
Yeah.
Commiserations, brother.
You know, I'll bounce back. Slightly damaged ego, but you know.
Listen, he's like I was saying before the fight. He's someone that's really. He's one of them guys that are making a name for himself without all the noise. You know, like I see him at 3-1, and I was a bit shocked. So I thought we had to have a step up in competition, and obviously I deemed that you, but he looked good. You know, he looked good. So I won't take too much from it. You know. We was saying about how you have the most elbow finishes in the league so far.
And then I got elbowed.
And then you got elbowed.
Elbow to elbow.
Commentator's curse, man.
Yeah, unfortunate, man. It was a good fight while it lasted, to be fair. Leech, I enjoyed it.
Well, yeah. If you look at it this way, he beat me, I beat Kante. Kante's beat Caliber, and Caliber's beat Fad. So he actually is the best player in the world. There's not too much shame in there.
It makes sense. I love that little MMA math, you know.
So these two will go head to head, opening up. Not sure if Jack 17 will fight cheesy or will fight clean. So far, looking quite clean. You know, he's a big fan of the pull elbow and things like that. We do have the audio glitch, not up the stream properly. Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys do go out.
I think if Jack tries to keep this into like more of a kickboxing patient fight, I think Fonty will win it. I really rate Fonty's kickboxing ability.
Some impressive wins for Jack, though. I think I can't remember who he beat last week, but it was a very impressive win nonetheless. I think it was his last victory was against Ryan K. Oh, but a big rock from Jack. Oh, and a big duck from Fonty, and a straight into the block, which is going to do some nice block damage, even though he's dipped into that. Oh, and a big rock from EK Fonty. Oh! Very unlucky, and there's a spinning elbow coming out from Jack 17. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a war on our hands.
And everybody is fighting. All these fights, man, are just good fights today, man. Ooh, big hip toss from Fonty.
And a big hip toss landed. And Jak17 gonna look to try and get back to his feet.
Also, a lot of elbows. Yeah, those are a lot of elbows, man.
Fonty doing very well here. Will take this body damage. Jak17 maybe just looking to return back to his feet where he was doing his best work. But Jak17, bit of a grappler himself, you know, enjoys a bit of side control.
He might look to reverse here, to be fair. Is he gonna go for it? Yeah, and he does.
And he gets it. So he does have a bit of side control.
Oh, big denial.
And a big denial, see? He does like this position and some big elbow running down and a big denial.
This is where it gets dangerous if you're Fonty, man. These elbows are gonna add up. Fonty's not punching. This is a bit weird. He's not doing anything from bottom side control.
He does get the sprawl. And then
does escape.
Maybe we'll look to just return to his feet. Maybe Inject does stand up. Oh,
Lynch
and
right
here we
away
go.
from Jack. He does not care. Oh, and he rocks.
Oh! And Fonty surviving. Jak17 got that head health battle back extremely quick. One side control, one clinch, and he's right back into it.
Ooh. Almost gets lead hook there, trying to slip straight. Beautiful leg kicks though from Fonty. That's something I was talking about before the fight, man. Fonty will go everywhere, man. He's got beautiful leg kick setups. He likes to throw a lot of feints, throw leg kicks. Fonty will attack everywhere.
Does indeed, and I enter the first round. And a very good first round. Maybe see these stats. Maybe Jack's ball. I don't know. Very close first
That's
round.
a really close round, man, because you got to take in the leg health damage as well. They landed like the same amount of strikes, man, but Fonty chewed up both those legs a little bit, man. So I always find rounds like they're really hard to score.
Slip straight as soon as off the touch of gloves for Jak17.
Another leg kick again from Fonty. Oh, spinning elbow lands.
Oh, the spin elbow from Jak17 and a pull, but nothing doing. Double jab.
Oh, the rear hook rocks him. Fonty's seeming to get rocked by everything right now, man. If he gets touched, he's rocked.
Every fight on these cards been good.
Yeah, there hasn't been one boring fight, man. When they both clinch each other up, he gets the hip toss.
And a big hip toss. Both of these men not shy of taking it to the ground and side control. But Jak17 did do some good damage. Looking to pass over to Mount, and he does get it. And he don't get the denial. Maybe letting him run into backside, whatever it is. Don't even know too much at the minute. But this fight is 100 miles per hour, and they've given us a little bit of break.
Straight to full guard, though. Went straight to full guard. Oh, and he stands up.
Does stand up.
Surprise off that.
Oh, and a big body kick on a pull.
Yeah, I think something is to carry on working them legs. It's like a blatant discrepancy.
It's worked both of them too, man. That's the thing. He has both of them hurt.
Oh, no,
another spinning elbow. Oh, spinning heel kick. He's going for that spinning heel. That's the third one he's thrown.
Needs to be careful.
You gotta be careful. I was about to say, you gotta be careful, man. That's the third one he's thrown. Oh,
and this could be it. This could be over.
Oh, and he takes the back. He takes the back. Beautiful denial from Jack. I think I'm getting up here from Fonty. Oh, rolls on the backside.
Does roll into the backside indeed. Maybe looking. I don't know. Maybe once you get up, look at the head help.
I mean, he's just gonna. I feel like he's just gonna camp the posture. Unless you can get the side control again if you're Fonty.
Nevertheless, Jak17 putting on an absolute great performance here, getting that head off that low, but Fonty's still very hard man to put at. You know, we've seen
nice
it before.
leg kick. That's what Fonty needs to go back to. Oh, and he's rocked with the straight again.
Maybe look to pass the side.
Control.
He does get it. Sprawl.
Oh, no.
So you sprawl instant. Instant. You need to sprawl instant. You sprawl instant, you get that. And a big denial, looking to pass the mount. He goes straight back to side control and looking to do some more damage to that head health, Jak17. And big denial.
The error Fonty's making in side control, man, he's not throwing any punches. He's not building GA. He's just doing naked transitions, which is the error a lot of fighters make when they're in bottom side control. Why a lot of fighters get help. They don't throw punches or anything, and they don't build it in GA.
Because it mixes up the timing a bit as well, you know. You're not sure whether the punch or the transition's coming. But a big get up there, back to his feet. But maybe an elbow on the break if there is. And Jak17 pouring it on. Maybe a wheel kick.
Oh,
I told you.
Oh,
so lucky. So
He's gotta
lucky.
stop with that spinning heel kick, man. He's
So
gotta
lucky.
stop. Literally just like a split second longer, man. That could have been bad.
Could have been bad indeed.
Big preemptive pull elbow there from Jack. Slips into the hook.
And Fonty
Beautiful
really got to go
combination
for
from Jack.
broke, maybe.
Yeah, I think Fonty's gonna start laying out. He has the stamina advantage slightly. It looks like maybe not. I can't really tell. Probably not. Maybe.
I think he does.
Good at elbow again.
Ooh.
At my record.
I think Fonty needs to like a little jab straight head kick or something, man. Just take a big risk. Oh, and he's been rocked again. Beautiful body shot from Jack. Eats the hook, trying to duck it. Beautiful slip. To be fair, Jack is throwing a lot of straight shots, man. He could look for a slip shot. I mean, that was literally a jab straight lead uppercut straight, man. Oh, he's been rocked with the knee.
Oh, the big drop.
And it's gonna be it. It's gotta be.
Oh, but he posed.
It's still gotta be it.
Oh,
one more.
It's
Fonty, currently the hardest man to put out in the business.
Fonty needs to get up right away and look for a stoppage, man. I'm not gonna lie. He needs to get to his feet and throw something crazy, man. Oh, that was a quick ref get up. Is that just me? That was quick.
That was very quick, yeah.
That was a really fast
2 minutes 30
ref get
left,
up.
and the head health for Fonty just.
Oh no, man. He's got a slip, man. Jack is throwing so many straight shots. Oh, look at you. Jab straight again.
And that could be it.
This is probably it.
Oh, yeah, and it's done.
And that is done. Jack 17 with a spectacular performance against a dangerous opponent in EK Fonty.
That's a big win.
Also be performance of the night.
That's a big win if you're Jack, man. Fonty, I mean, that's former primetime champ. I mean, that's a big win if you're Jack.
Big win indeed, but we will be moving on to burn through this absolute fire card. So next up, we do have Kante versus Frosty MMA. So very big
that's
fight.
one of my camp mates, Frosty MMA.
Frosty MMA in the same camp as Pabs, but Kante in the same camp as me. So a very, very good fight. Very interesting fight. We'll see who is streaming this one.
Yeah, Kante's a close affiliate of mine. I know obviously what his mindset is going into this fight. And it should be a good one. I saw another game plan. Obviously, I won't disclose here, but it should be another entertaining one.
Frosty, man, he's one of I feel like one of the most slept on players currently. I don't feel like a lot of people rate him, but I personally think he's one of the best strikers in the game.
It's Aiden 010617. It's in the fight checking.
Fighter checking. All right.
These guys did fight in the VFL the other day. If
Won
anyone's
that.
interested in that. Frosty.
Not saying I expected it, but I expected a little bit.
I will say the numbers in his name. That's his birthday. 1st of June.
2017.
Yeah. I thought it was 07. I thought I'd get away with it. No, he's not. He's not 50.
Kante has made some key reads on
He is
Frosty
old.
since their VFL fight. So very interesting to see how this one pans out.
I'm curious.
But Kante got really good. He's really better. Their first fight, Kante did come out early, come out aggressive. He did get some rocks on Frosty. I remember watching the fight. Frosty did just come back and absolutely just run away with it. So it's going to be interesting here. We did see a 6-1 record between these two gentlemen. And yeah, Kante said he's going to make some reads and really don't want to lose twice in a week to the same guy.
Yeah, Kante's someone who used to throw everything he had. He used to throw the kitchen sink at them.
Kitchen sink, yep.
Yeah, he's sort of developed into a more well-rounded fighter. You know, he's a patient striker. He works the body well. He's got everything you need to compete at this level, and I think it will surprise a lot of people. As I say,
but the pressure here from
Oh no! It's off. Why'd you say anything, Leech? Why'd you say anything?
Oh
no!
Moving on, lads. Moving on.
Why'd you say
Bro,
something?
He just starched him, bro.
Oh no.
Oh Jesus.
Very unfortunate for Kante there on the knockout on the way down, and Leach has absolutely jinxed him. But Frosty MMA is so dangerous. I see a lot of people talking shit to Frosty MMA.
Good,
like I've seen like the Mac and that talking shit, but he is good, bro.
I mean, that's a man that beat Eddie P in prime time.
He beat Eddie Parker in prime time, man. That's right.
He's a very, very dangerous competitor. Never played him, never sparred him, nothing like that. Quite fond of his attitude in the community. He seems like actually a really nice guy as well. He don't seem like he's got much of an ego. He does seem alright. Definitely win or lose this fight. If I win, I'll probably fight for the title. If I lose, I'll probably want to be fighting that man on 1v1 me next week. He looks solid. You know, he definitely looks like he put up a good scrap. So yeah. Definitely looks like he put up a good scrap. So yeah, congratulations to Frosty MMA. That was dominant, and that's probably, I don't know, performance of the night for me, I reckon.
That one's gotta be performance.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. We're gonna have to have a vote or something. It's crazy because it's absolutely just unreal. Some of the performances coming out tonight. But next we do have Concept versus Slick, Concept versus Slick Colt, and then we will probably miss Driz, and we will go to Suave Jamie versus JakeyB. Because I do have to get actually set up for that one, change my monitors over, all that good stuff. So moving on, I haven't heard from Concept at all.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from it all since like this morning.
Same to be fair, and he's not online.
Let's hope he didn't oversleep. Pull up Paps and oversleep. Let's hope
not. Everyone.
If you want to jump in, man.
Who is it against?
Slick.
Slick Colt. You know, I haven't played all day. I'll hop in there if need be.
We'll go with Pabst.
Yeah.
Am I hopping in?
Jump in, man.
Oh, so I'll hop in there. Who is it? Slick Colt. What's his gamer tag?
Just chat to him in the chat.
I think it's Slick BFAP, but I think it's 4. I think it's B4 AP.
Ryan B877 in the chat says Leach is the best.
Who was that?
Ryan B877.
That's my mate from real life.
So yeah, big shout out to Ryan B.
Hello, Ryan, mate.
How are you doing? Alright.
Okay, it is a stream of he's standing here with us. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'll just mute my mic.
Down bad when you don't even know Slick's stream.
It's bantamweight.
Probably got an ad. So hang on.
Hey, big weekenders. Want to play for some of our biggest prize pools?
Oh, I can't actually watch ads.
Sunday games are yours.
Just a coffee drop. So yeah, it will be. Oh wait, it's not even paying ads. Not bad because I didn't even go over to it. No worries. So yeah, it will be Concept not showing up. So it will be Slick Colt versus Pabst, both 1-0, both very big win coming off of a very big win on their debuts last week. So another big win here could set them up.
I was taking it on short notice always.
Ryan B says Leach versus JakeyB. Jakey would be humbled. What do you think about that, Leach?
All right, I'm gonna.
He's trying to cause trouble.
We'll have a fight in the both.
Especially after what's just happened to me, man. I've got a bit of CTE still.
So moving over to this one, we will just one is Pabst versus BFAP Slick. We do see a Peter Yarn pick coming out from Pabst, and maybe a Marab Diwali Shivali. How do you say it? How do you pronounce it?
Marab Diwali Shivali.
Yeah, that's one. So you guys are good to go. You guys are good to go.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Yeah, you're good.
Talk to you guys afterwards.
See you on the see you at the funeral. So lock in Marab versus Peter Yarn. Very good pick for
interesting fight.
Yeah, maybe Slick looking to wrestle, go a bit more wrestle heavy against someone like Pabst.
Yeah, I don't know much about Slick. Obviously, with him being your campmate, I'd assume you'd know a lot more.
Leach has more silverware than your Washed Football Club. Does he want to get
Oh,
banned?
man.
Does he want to get banned?
Yeah, I'd just ban him anyway, man.
Does he support Sunderland?
He supports Birmingham.
Oh yeah, bro, don't even chat to me anyway. Right, anyway, as these two go at, Pab's looking to unload some combinations. Slick, and he shoots into a T. Rough. But Pab's, a lot of people, Pab's comes highly vouched, you know, one of these guys that are doing very, very well in the community. And Slick, obviously, long veteran. Also on a long layoff, kind of like Tadpole, but did compete last week, get a big win last week. And yeah, this will make for a very interesting fight.
Yeah, obviously we don't know what preparation Slick's done going into the fight. With Pabs taking it on short notice, he's been here with us, so he hasn't really done any. I wonder how that'll play into the fight. We don't know how warmed up.
But you got to think, he's been training for Concept, and I think Concept and Pabs are pretty close, right?
I would say Pab's a little bit better as of now anyway, but yeah, it's a similar style. They're both strikers, you know. They both like to pick their shots, and I would say out of anyone that could have filled in, Pabs is probably the closest.
Records matching up either way, 1-1 for 1-0 for both these competitors. So one of them will lose their O here tonight, and one of them will move on to 2-0 and start making a name for themselves, moving higher up the card. Yeah, very interesting this one. Slick doing well though against Peter Yarnpick, who's fabled for the most meta broken fighter in the division. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say as well, something to keep note of, obviously, the health bars. If you're looking at the body health of Merab, it's very slightly lower than Jan, but he's got incredible cardio, and I think 100. I think he's got 100 cardio, and he's got.
Yeah, I think it's 99 or 100.
But yeah. So obviously with the body shot game plan, it's going to be more to get him moving a bit slower, a bit more laboured than it's going to be to try and gas him out.
Ankle pick. And a big uppercut. Good read, knowing that Slick Cole can shoot a combo off of that whiffed ankle pick, and a big transfer with an uppercut there. Very good. Even it up. Very close round, no health events either way. Slick Cole trying to work that leg. But as you say, the body health for Merab is slightly lower. But in a 3-round fight, you got to think the stamina here for Slick Cole, you've got to be pretty content with the amount of stamina you've got here, right? Pab's doing very well to negate all the wrestling of Merab pick so far, and another big rear kick digs to the body. 10 seconds of this final round, and maybe a combo could tell the tale of it. And Slick Cole nearly getting a rock in a very good first round. And I'm not sure if we see a fight stats might be able to, probably Merab.
Yeah, I'd say generally when it will say in the bottom corner that you've won a round, usually you've won the round. It's very rare that it will go the other way. Because obviously the computer knows a lot more than we do with what's going on, especially if they don't show the stats. But
yeah, very good round for Slick Cole. Just looking at the head health, large bit of recovery there for Slick, and yeah, probably fighting a better fight.
And a big knockdown.
And a big drop for Slick Cole with a planted jab rear hook. And maybe just that lack of preparation.
And he slammed
tells the towel, and a big suplex for Slick Cole. And a big sprawl.
And he's got it.
And a big denial.
Yeah, he's got it.
Very good anti-grappling there to get back to your feet almost instantaneously in the first minute. Big drop. Pab's still got time to work his way back here.
Yeah, good bit of defensive grappling. It's obviously difficult. It's difficult to always keep your head. I know Pabs isn't a wrestler at all, but very good.
Well, the last thing you want, right, is to be dropped that early in the round and then laid on for about 3 minutes. You know what I mean? So it's very good from Pabs. And a big drop from Pabs, and this is what I mean. And a big drop from Pabs. Doesn't get a jump. Welcomes his back to his feet. Knows that up kick is there, and Pabs just absolutely teeing combos off now on Slick Cole. Slick Cole was kind of running away with it, but Pabs has just evened it up instantaneously. And a big rock from Pabs. And he's not too far off another drop.
He's just got to be careful not to run in there and get caught.
He does indeed not need to get caught as he is coming in, because Pab's head health's still very low. You know, it only takes one shot now from either fighter to cause a devastating moment in the fight.
Oh, and he's going with the ankle pick.
And he has got him for it, because he is built for it, I might add, boys. If you didn't know, Slick Cole is built for ankle picking. But very good there to deny the crucifix, move back into half guard. Slick probably going to look to move into top mount.
Yeah, this has been Pab's round so far. If he can sort of calm the storm for the rest of the round, he'll take it. But obviously, it's a hard, easier said than done.
Slick Cole just looking to maybe just take a bit of the sting out of the punches, get a little bit of recovery at the end of that round, keep this one on the mat, do a little bit of damage, and a big denial there from Marab, and he will pass into side saddle, which is a dangerous position, you know, because it's kind of hard to get out of this position, right? Even there, it's nice, but you're back into side control. Sprawl, yeah, he does get that sprawl, and there he is, back in
He's
his
got the
position.
backside.
He does get the backside this time, no denial there from PD Yarn. Does camp that posture up.
Oh,
goes to roll through, nothing doing. But, you know, Pab's aware to the danger of that posture up there being the most offensive weapon. Maybe a little bit of HUD watching here from Beef Up Slick, my ads.
Yeah, he just sort of, I'd just say punch the rest of the round out, try to get your little rabbit punches in there. Obviously, yeah, it's pointless trying to transition now.
A very good round for Pabs to come back. Got it on 1-1 on my cards. How about yours?
Yeah, I would say round 1, Slick, round 2, Pabs. And obviously, we've been taking the fight on short notice, and he's been here since. And I know even beforehand he wasn't on UFC because he was playing with me on it was Call of Duty. But yeah, he's outperformed himself. I think he's obviously showed he's competent on the ground. He's had really good stand up. But I would say slow and a big knockdown. Oh, and a big knockdown of his own.
And a big knockdown from Slick.
Got the overhand. And he's dragged him down to the mat.
And a big denial. Looking to pass the top mount. Can't go that way. If he does finish the rest of this round here, you got to think he might win the fight.
Yeah, Pabs needs to. I think he needs to get up. To be honest, you know, get the rest of your damage in. He's got a little bit of an advantage on the feet, and on the ground, it's a bigger disadvantage. That's a good denial. I think he'll just take the body damage, try to get up. He's already at quite an advantage there anyway, and he's not going to need any recovery because obviously the round.
We'll look for the stand up from the ref.
Yeah. Oh, and he's got the stand up of his own and straight back up to the cage, unfortunately. And he's denied the backpack and he's got off. Oh.
And another big takedown from Slick. And he's just trying to kill the time on this clock here. It's kind of what he needs to do. You know, throw in all the fakes, build some GA, get a dominant position and just hold it, and a big denial there, and he will get a pass to side control. He needs to stop the sprawl. You know, you can kind of let him go back to half guard here. But he does pass to mount, a little bit of HUD watching going on, and no denial doing though.
It seems as though he thinks he's confident that he won the first round, and obviously I think he has as well, but it could always go either way. It was a relatively close round, and I've seen worse decisions get given. Oh, and it's tucked backside. There's been some really good chain wrestling in this fight. You know, it's fluid, they're moving. It seems like second nature, obviously, for a lot of the BFAP guys. Like, you take your Daves, he's good on the floor.
Oh, and a big get up. Pab's got 30 seconds here, but another immediate shot.
He's took him down.
And he has took him down, and there's 20 seconds left of this one.
Yeah, I see him edging out for a decision here.
Oh, I thought he was going to get that get up.
Oh, he might finish it. And he finished it with 4 seconds to
go. And he does get he secures the 3 points with 4 seconds to go. Very big from Slip Cole. Very, very big. But moving on, gentlemen. Congratulations. Unfortunate to Pabs, but we do have to move on because we are running short. Evo, hand up, watch your mouth, mate. Or you will be. Do you know what I mean? Does a mod want to remove that comment for me? If a mod could remove that comment, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, so commiserations to Pabs, big win for Slick there, moving to 2-0. We will miss Driz on the go because we are about on time for the next 1v1 me, the final 1v1 me, JakeyB versus Suave Jamie.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
What's that number?
Unlucky.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So, hang on, gents, just got to change my monitors over if you just want to have a little talk about this fight here.
Yeah, no worries. Have you got any comments on your performance, sir?
I don't know what Kel was going for. Fight, do this thing. He's doing his thing.
I believe you were winning, weren't you? Or I think it would have went to a split decision.
I threw that over him and it cost me, and then he just kept shooting at me.
Yeah, it was going to a split. Even if he'd won that last round, it would have only been a split decision. You lost, so yeah, he weren't letting you off. He didn't want it on the feet. But you know, you can commend obviously when he's getting success like that on the floor.
No, he did what he needed to do. I don't know why. Like I was in that sprawl position for it felt like 50 seconds. At one point, it wasn't getting. I was like, oh my god, don't know why I wasn't getting a ref get up.
Why are you so loud now?
Is it loud? Is my mic really close?
Yeah,
it keeps peeking off. Yeah, a little.
No, he did his thing though.
So moving on to the next one, we do have Suave Jamie versus JakeyB. So I will talk a bit in, I don't know, is it third person? I think it's third person. Yeah, both obviously going PER near. So JakeyB, big competitor, might I add, the best to ever do it. No, he's JakeyB, myself, you know, look very impressive this season at NUGS, you know what I mean? It's my baby, NEC is my baby. Looked very impressive, beat Yerda, big massive win for me. A lot of people ripped me off in that fight. Big win against Noetta, another very solid competitor. And a big win against Anime Expert, who we see earlier, looked absolutely clean. So, no slouch, do you know what I mean? 3-0, probably in the form of my life. Not playing that great today. James needs to hang on. So, probably in the form of my life. We've just got 5 minutes, Jamie, and then we can do it because they pushed back the thing 10 minutes. And then Suave Jamie, probably one of the best to ever do it, lads.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I think he's in the big three in most people's opinions.
Yeah, he's in the top three. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm coming out here as an underdog, and I know I'm the underdog. I like to make the stakers aware. Like, people are messaging me, like, should I stake money on you, bro? Look, you do what you want. But Suave Jamie is the GOAT, bro. Like, other than Zayaf, in my opinion, Suave Jamie is probably the best to ever do it. You know, his resume is unreal. He looks absolutely insane in everything he's doing. So, you know, like there's no shame in losing to this man. But I have been the underdog of the season. Big underdog wins. You know, I'm the matchmaker, bro. I could have ducked this fight. I could duck this. You don't understand. I could duck this fight, but I took this fight because I want this fight because I feel like if I win here tonight, that's me. Do you know what I mean? Like that's my biggest ever win. Do you know what I mean? It'll be my biggest ever win. And this is where moments are made. This is where history is made, isn't it? Don't get me wrong. He could walk me, but we're not gonna let that happen. So I mean, we're gonna try and do well. We just have 4 minutes before the stakes do lock, I believe.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Jamie's one of the GOATs. It's between people like Blake, Romero, Zayaf, Jamie. I mean, those are just the GOATs of the game.
And that's it, you know, and all of us aspiring, playing hard, trying to get a lot better than them. But in a best of one, I fancy my chances. Do you know what I mean? I've got to come
Anybody can win a best of one, man. Anybody can win a best of one.
You know what I mean? Anyone can win a best of one, lads. And this is what makes it so exciting for the stakers, you know. Obviously, a lot of the stakers do have faith on me because of my amazing form. But obviously, Suave Jamie being a heavy favourite, this is a good matchup. But this is a good matchup. This is a big matchup. Just a little under 3 minutes before we can lock it in. So I will leave this one over to you when we will go into it. But What can you guys tell me about either of these two gentlemen? Go on, tell me I'm sick.
Jamie, we all know the slip straight head kick.
Yeah, slip straight
That's
head
his
kick.
trademark, man. It's his trademark.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough
And
fight.
Jamie's just. I mean, everybody knows Jamie. He's arguably the most accomplished player on the game in some sense. You know what I mean? Like he's done it all. ESPL champion countless times, man. I mean, I don't know what there isn't to say, man. He's won at the highest levels in this game.
So yeah, go on, Lich.
He's definitely in my top 3. I think I've got a bit of an out there top 3, and I'm maybe a bit biased. Obviously, I'm assuming perhaps you could guess who my number 1 is.
Who's your number 1?
I'll just consider, yeah.
ESFL Gaming, I was saying we do need Jamie back, but we cannot start this match up for 2 minutes due to reasons with the sponsors. So I do apologise to them guys. Jamie did make me aware that he was available to make this match up, and he would make this match up on time. The other guys like Trixie and Dave did not get included on this card just so they could make the ESFL Gaming. So I do apologise to ESFL Gaming if you are waiting for Suave Jamie. So we will probably go 100 miles per hour. We'll probably try. I'll take his head off as quick as I can for you guys. We do just have to wait just under 2 minutes before we can lock in. I will quickly just set it up so we are good to go instantaneously. I do apologise to the ESFL, but we will try get this done through as quickly as possible. Why is... Oh, I need to change that. That's why. Nearly made a silly mistake there. Hide that and then go to that. So just under a minute, and then we can go. And then, yeah, the biggest fight for me, JakeyB, taking on Jamie, one of the best in the world. No shame in losing this one, but for all the guys that got their money on me, come on, baby, it's a JakeyB train. Let's go. Do you know what I mean? So as soon as that clock hits 40, I will lock in.
It's around 20 seconds.
Around 20 seconds, gents.
15.
15. We've got a countdown, bro. Don't make me any more anxious than I already am. Bro's giving me a countdown.
9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's gonna be entertaining, man.
And there we are. We are good to go. Suave Jamie versus JakeyB. Listen, lads, just let me focus in it. Don't worry about commentary, you know. Don't worry. You're gonna take out there. 21 and 3. I've done it 3 times, bro.
Oh shit!
I've done it 3 times, bro. It's gonna be
one more.
It's gonna be 4G. Right, lock in. Good luck. Good luck.
What is his colorblind mode on?
It's me.
I'd be surprised if we don't see at least one takedown attempt. To be honest, because you know Jamie is really good on the floor.
Yeah, he's one of the best grapplers in the game.
Yeah, and obviously with being Jan, it gives you the
nice ad.
versatility to do that.
I got an ad. Don't know what's going on.
I'm still in it, so I'll take it alone until you're back.
You know, I'm rooting for Jamie, you know? I mean, Jake, you always like an underdog.
I cannot comment on who I am rooting for because of monetary reasons. However,
I haven't been.
No, I'll be happy either way, man. I don't think we've had a bad fight on the whole card. It's been really good, and this so far looks to be no exception. You know, when you're fighting someone with Jamie, you're just going to have, well, like Jamie, I should say, you're going to just have to get out there and you're going to have to throw. Obviously, if you try to play it slow and methodical against any of them top players, you know, your Zayas, you play it hard as your Fadanators.
Stands up. Fair play.
Alright. Don't want to commentate too much. Jakey's in the middle of the scrap, you know, I don't want to...
Yeah, I'm
Way too much.
stepping on eggshells.
Why is that body regging, bro? What the fuck?
I just bit on.
I've been robbed. I've been robbed. Absolutely robbed.
I didn't see what happened.
He pulled elbowed and the elbow hit the body. It did body damage. And it's a bit unlucky.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a position that Jamie's just so good from.
Ooh. Good defense though from JakeyB. JakeyB survives.
Not bad at all. Better than mine against Webbo, I'll say that at least. Yeah, it's been, you know, on the feet at least. There's been a few glimpses of, you know, promise. It's not looked completely one-sided, but on the floor that's where it's going to be advantage JakeyB because it's what he's known for. He's a versatile player, but he has really good ground game.
Everybody knows about his grappling, man. It's elite.
And he's let him up. Little show of respect there from JakeyB.
Yeah, one of 4 elbows went to all 3 of them went to body damage, bro. What the fuck? That's so fucking dead.
It's a bit unlucky for JakeyB there, but see if he can recover, come back and see what he can make of it.
Too much of that.
I've never even seen that before, man.
It does happen rare. I've had it happen a few times. It's rare that it happens, but
I didn't see what happened.
he pull elbowed and like almost got like a body rock off of the pull elbow.
Oh, and a big rock. Oh.
Ah, pulled it.
Oh no, that's it.
And a flurry of punches to finish it off. He nearly had it, man, with a head kick.
Yeah, that was a beautiful sequence.
Brought a bit of hope in, man.
He could have maybe got the drop to that block with that lead head kick, man. That could have been something.
Pulled it. Look, I pulled that, bro.
Yeah, it looked like it didn't even hit you. Looked like it hit a little bit of air.
Yeah.
Bit
I
of
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll continue with the rest of your thing. If we finish before you, I'll send a raid your way, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry about delaying your thing if I delayed it. Ah, that's fucking very unlucky. But what can you do, lads? About 3 went to his body there. But no, great fight, GG. I'm not sorry loser. Do you know what I mean? GG's. Not sorry at all. Let me just change my monitors back over, man.
I believe that will be Driz season versus I'm the GOAT. That should be a very good fight.
I can't wait to see Driz fight, man. That's my boy. Can't wait.
Yeah, Driz has been raring to go. During my fight, obviously, I jumped back in the parties. He couldn't be more ready. He seems calm. He seems prepared.
Here's to see the approach from GOAT here, because they fought in didn't they fight what GOAT and Driz literally just fought, and was it NUGS, or it had to have been something?
No,
right?
it wasn't NUGS. No.
Something. They literally just fought, and Driz
maybe Bramstone
put a beat down on him. Curious to see how this goes. Go to MMA, known for his grappling. Driz known for his elite striking.
Yeah, Driz, he's got himself up there as one of the best players in the world. He's definitely, in my opinion, at the moment, top 5.
Before we quickly go into this one, lads, I will quickly just run through all the results from the 1v1 meet. It will be Anime Expert versus Kylum. Anime Expert did take that one. Yerda versus Nez UFC. Yerda did take that one in a very big win for him. Warbsy versus Kezalar. Warbsy beating Kezalar. So, massive win for Warbsy there. And Suave Jamie versus JakeyB, the co-main event. Suave Jamie does win by a second round KO. So, yeah, congratulations to all the winners. Commiserations to all the losers. They will be back. Big congratulations to Suave Jamie. Bit unfortunate. But yeah, shout out 1v1 me for a great event. I'll be sure we'll be back next Sunday with that. So we will continue with the rest of the card. We do have Driz versus I'm the GOAT, and we are ready for that.
I will bring Driz's stream title to your attention, that being I Love Nugs.
Yeah, he does love Nugs.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
Big shout out to NUGS EU. Make sure you're checking them out.
I'm excited for this fight, man. A little last second pick, so a switch of picks from Driz goes for the vault pick.
So yeah, Volkanovski pick, mirror match. It was in SFC apparently they fought. So that's true.
Yeah, I just know they literally just fought in Driz. Driz won pretty handily.
SFC, that is a league I've not personally heard of, but you know, must have some validity if Driz is, you know, you got players like Driz fighting in there.
Only of MMA though, a bit cheesy, so there's gonna be.
Yeah. So I'm expecting a bit of a little grappling cheese from GOAT of MMA here. Expecting Driz to try to keep this standing as long as possible.
You know, we don't know how Driz will be able to deal with people that shoot high volumes of takedowns. Because if I'm not mistaken, in his first primetime title shot, he lost. Yeah, Caliber shot quite a lot of takedowns, and I think it was too much for him. I don't think he had the stamina.
Hard to do it for time. You don't want to overextend on combos and get speared. You know, it neutralizes a lot of your game when you are fighting people who want to shoot as much as some fighters do. You see go again shoot.
Yeah, with Driz on the floor as well. I mean, he's not a man you necessarily want on the floor, but if you had to pick him on the floor or on the feet, you're not going to want him on the feet either, because he is just that good. He's got very smooth combos. He's, you know, he can give pressure. He can back off.
That's crazy to think. He's only been playing for like not even a year, man. That I'm aware of. You know what I mean? And he's already gotten to this level. What was that animation? What?
Oh, and a big drop from Driz. And it's gonna be it.
No, and he'll survive.
Driz does welcome him back to his feet though. Obviously, I'm the GOAT, beating God Ate My Pig very dominantly, so there's no strangers at this level of competition. And Driz are obviously current primetime MMA champion, so both of these guys really at the top of their game. But Driz seems to take in the early advantage.
Surprised Ghost willing to strike as much as he has when he's only shot twice that I know of.
Big drop.
That's
it.
That's probably
no.
Oh, big ground up bad defense.
He's on the floor now. Oh, and he's got. That was a very long half guard he's just got. And he's got the posture up, and he's going to move out to side control.
Yeah.
And he'll hold him, man. I think, crucifix, this could be a bad position.
Oh, no.
And he's holding him there.
Oh, that was a fake.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's out.
If you're Drizzy, what do you do? I'd stand up.
Get out. I mean, I think Driz is trying to show us a little bit of grappling here, maybe. But
yeah,
after that deny, I'm probably getting up. After that posture denied, I probably would have got up.
I don't know. I think he's trying to get a bit of respect on the floor. Obviously, show him you don't want me down here, you don't want me up there. It's all mind games with Driz. But obviously, when they're on the floor as well, I would say he's handily won this round. He just needs to see it out. And if you're in a dominant position on the floor...
Oh, that could have been something.
If I once bought EA Play from Origin in the past, I still have it today. Can I simply log into the PlayStation software on the PC with my EA Play account, or do I have to take out EA Play subscription? Bro, I ain't got a fucking clue what you just said.
Takedown attempt. Go secures the takedown.
This is where it's dangerous. Bro paused it.
He said, give me a second. He said, give me a second.
You're going to have to look at On The Go getting him beef up, man. He's built for ankle picking.
He's really good to be fair. I think he's in B3.
He is, yeah.
That's strange to see.
That is weird. You know, you got a guy who's known for a little bit of cheese.
Nice.
Beautiful get up from Driz there. Beautiful slip.
Oh, and he's got to be careful because he's hit.
Oh, slip straight lead over him.
Oh, bit of a bobblehead, but he's hung on.
It's worked, you know.
Oh, and he's right.
Oh, bud. Oh.
This should be it.
I'd guess this is it. Yep.
Driz season. Drizzler. Wow.
Kane Drizzler, I can't believe what I'm seeing. That was absolutely fantastic. There's so many candidates for fight of the night.
I don't know, knockout, I don't know, performance of the night. There's so many. We'll have that conversation after. But just insane. Great job against a tough competitor to get it done. And I think that only moves Driz to 1-on-1. I'm the GOAT being like 2-0 already. Matchmaker said, look, I know Driz is 0-1, but he gets that done. So we give him the fight to see if he could get that done, potentially moving him to 0-2 if he couldn't, but he took the risk and he did get it done. So that's a big win for Drizzler against a very tough opponent in B3 GO. So yeah, moving on to our main event of the evening. We don't know how he got here, lads, but he got here. No Hope Webbo, it's in the name. No Hope Webbo, 5-0, NEC 5-0. Can he beat NEC 6-0? Webbo, a bigger underdog than I just was then against Jamie. So thanks for the follow, Devlin345. Boy, but yeah, big fight about Fadanator is just so good though. What can you tell me about this fight, gents?
No offense to Webbo, man, but he is fighting Fadanator. He is fighting Fad.
I am Webbo on Twitch, by the way, gentlemen.
I don't think, and that's not me discrediting him. That's more me singing the praises of Fad. Obviously, he's in such dominant form. He's winning everywhere. He's winning literally anywhere that will let him fight. He's winning, and Webbo obviously he's edged. To be honest, his performance against Smart Dev, he looks good. He looked really good. However, when you're coming up against someone like Fadanator, it's a whole different level. To even get him in a sub in the first place, you're gonna struggle, and I think it's gonna be battle of experience versus whatever Webbo can bring, and I don't think he'll have what it takes.
Yeah. Who did Webbo beat to go 5-0? He beat Leech, he beat Manhu, he beat Axledge, he beat Lilo, and he beat somebody else. I'm not sure.
If Webbo was able to pull this off, I'd say this might be like the biggest upset in like UFC 4 comp.
He's got some good wins, bro. Like Lilo and Leech and all them guys, not easy wins. You know, like he's beat some good solid guys. You know, he's got the job done. Yeah, but he's very big underdog going in here, like heavyweight. Fadanator looking like he's going to pick up Johnny Bones Jones. No Hope Webbo hovering over Jan Blachowicz, probably looking like he's going to do it. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening. We move over Fadanator versus Webbo for the NEC Championship of the World. Fadanator absolutely dominant, and yeah.
Make a note of saying light heavyweight was actually Webbo's choice. Fad's let him have whatever weight he wants. So I think it's a bit of a statement, you know, take me wherever you want. You're not getting it done. And if it works out, you know, if he can get it done, it'll be an incredible win. But with the Jones mirror, I don't see Webbo fighting fair. I see a bit of cheese coming, you know.
Oh, 100%.
There'll be a fake glove touch in there. There was against me. There'll be a fake glove touch. There's going to be elbows, spin elbows as well, knees.
He will just cheese him for their life, but Fadanator will probably just smoke him.
Yeah. It's going to get grimy, but I think if he wants to fight like that, I think Fad will take him down.
But anyone can win in the best of one, gents.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is Fad to duck into an uppercut or a knee and it could be over.
Or into a death kick.
Yeah.
And John Joe's not the crispiest guy, but, you know, does have the Oso trip. Fadanator could probably hold him inside control, but it's going to be very interesting here to see how this one does pan out. And we are here, 5 rounds, main event, NEC title on the line. And there it is. And there it is already. And he's rocked Fadanator, and I think that's big enough for Webbo. Webbo will take that at this point. He rocked Fadanator in the title fight. That's a moral victory for him already.
You know, Fad really does need to be careful, because if you think about it, in a Jones mirror, literally, he's got so many weapons that he can use.
And big takedown denials from Webbo. And Ozagari is Ozagari
there. I can't see why he'd necessarily want him on the floor.
Yeah, one reversal and it's a long day, right?
Yeah, obviously Webbo sees himself as a bit of a grappler, which I understand, but Fad is an elite level grappler, and I don't think that was the right choice.
Fad Delete just the best anywhere the fight goes, man. Just one of the best.
Yeah, I would say if you're Webbo, you know, keep it on the floor where you can do your cheesy moves. You can hit him with some stuff that it's hard to avoid, but.
Undeniable's coming out from Webbo.
Yeah.
It's a get up.
So just over 20 total strikes have landed for Johnny Bones Jones. Oh, huge left hand.
I'm surprised that wasn't a rock.
Oh, I'm surprised that wasn't either.
Yeah, that's crazy how that wasn't a rock, to be fair. That Webbo's throwing it all. Death kicks early.
If he's gonna get it done, this was his only route to victory. You know, like catching Fadanator with something.
Yeah, the longer it goes on, the worse it gets for him. But I think Fad's really got to just be wary. You know, it can end at any second. He could get, if he gets up elbowed, spin elbowed. No, I'm no stranger to that. You know, I've had my days of using that a lot. It's it can be devastating.
Yeah, Webbo's gas tank is not looking good, man. He's whiffing a lot. Fad's doing a good job of just keeping the body, man.
It's a similar start. It's a similar start to than Fad had to with Pigeon Scout as well. You know, it's a fight he's expected to win. He started off a bit dodgy. He didn't really start out like he should. He got rocked, I think, a couple of times.
He was up 2-0 in that fight.
Yeah, I know, and
2-0.
he got it, but he gets it done. That's.
And there's going to be a very...
That's the thing, Bob. And even with his ESFL fight with Webbo, not Webbo, sorry, Zoyaf. He was down a little in that as well, and he got it done. It's, yeah.
This is going to gasp up a little bit if he keeps getting denied here.
He's still probably lose to that round.
Yeah, I think he takes that round off Fad, to be honest. But, you know, going into the second round, there's quite a big...
It's one of those things, like, Webbo might have won the battle, but he's lost the war there, man. He put a lot of stamina into that round, man. It's a 5-round fight.
And Fad, he is someone that will take it 5 rounds if need be. And
Fad's playing a long game, it looks to be anyway. He's throwing a lot of teep side kicks to the body. He's playing patient. He's trying to make him whiff. I think Fad's trying to gas him out here for a round two.
He's not someone to really rush in.
Takes the back.
But yeah, when I fought Webbo, I did notice when he went for a sub on me, his hands seemed a bit, you know, shaky. So that could be something Fad could try and utilise.
Lilo, Mark Debs, Leach, Accolades, man. Some good wins.
I mean, Webbo's given him more trouble than Keza did already. So
and a big rock.
Whoa!
A bit of defensive grappling though so far.
It's not bad. You know, he's actually holding his own here in top mount. He's gotten up from top mount. He's defended a lot of strikes, getting him some denials. Doing good.
Yeah, I think Fad probably does need to throw in a down posture up at some point. He has went up every time and he's been denied like 3 times. But, you know, who might say?
Brings a lot of Sam going for that down posture up. Can't do as much ground and pound. So I think he's just...
And a get up from Webbo.
Oh, what a big spin elbow.
And that could be it.
Another big spin elbow, man. Oh.
Webbo just needs to throw death kicks.
You know, I've been teaching Fad.
That combo.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he's... Oh!
There, man. Jesus.
Oh, my...
This is difficult viewing.
And a big takedown.
Oh, Christ.
Imagine he just like flash KOs him or something like that. That's fucking bad.
Yeah, Fad's got to look to keep him here, man. He knows he can keep him in side control. We've seen it last round, and obviously with this much time to work in comparison to last round, you can do a lot of damage. He might get it done in side control, to be honest. And he's got the crucifix.
Yeah, Webbo's not throwing anything. He's not throwing any punches to build you or anything. He's just naked transitions again.
I think he's lost his head a little.
Yeah. You know, if he ever gets a rock on Fad again,
this could be it.
Instead of throwing that death kick,
could be it. Oh, he's looking to make a statement, maybe.
Yeah, I think
he wants to let him live.
He's looking at, I think, winning back a bit of his pride. You know, I don't think he was expecting it to get this close at times.
ESFL Gaming with a raid of 39, bro. We love that. We are in the main event. Fadanator versus Webbo.
Oh, and a big
Oh, and this one's...
I think he's...
And the end of the round saves him.
Yeah.
End of the round does save him.
Another elbow, you know, he's learnt them from me. That's textbook Leech Kwon Do. But
big shout out to ESFL Gaming, bro. Make sure you go give them a follow. I appreciate the raid.
I'm surprised he's not thrown the Leech combo yet. And he's taunted
Oh, imagine, bro, imagine. He just taunted him and just flashed him. Ozagari trip from No Hope Webbo.
I don't know why Webbo wants him on the floor though.
He's not.
Who's that, Joe Fraser, bro?
It doesn't.
Weird.
Not making sense because he's on the floor. I mean, you got a denial there, but on the floor he has just been Fadanator mauling him. It's been like a lion and a gazelle.
I don't know why he's taking us to the ground. I'm gonna be honest. I'm in the same boat, man. All of his success has been on the feet, man. I don't think he's done much.
Yeah.
On the ground.
He's gonna have to. If he's gonna do anything in this fight, it's gonna have to be just, you know, on the floor, no, on the feet. Sorry, getting, you know, dirty, doing what you can.
Man. We saw him rocking with that.
Yeah, exactly.
An elbow, man. We saw it.
He needs to just get in his face because look now, Fed's took his back and it's a bad position to be in.
I don't know why
he's
willing to grapple so much when he's getting dominated in that.
He's just lucky that back's in RNC so illegal because I don't think the fight would still be going on by now.
I'm still thinking about imagine if he flashed it when he taunted.
Know,
big rock, body. Oh.
I think he should have went for the armbar there.
He's just taking the mic.
And he's back in side control exactly where he wants him. He's had so much success here, man.
Yeah, he's been pounding him.
He could have finished him earlier inside. He could have finished him earlier in side control, but he didn't. And I think that was I think that was an odd choice. He gave him a look. He stared at him and then he got back down. I think he'll do it now.
And this could be it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And a rock.
What?
Wow, he's got no stab, no head health. Reposture instantly.
That's crazy how that didn't get him a stoppage. That's actually crazy.
Fadanator just absolutely dominant. Denies.
You know, on the floor, and this is where Webbo's wanted him on the floor.
Webbo brought this to the floor, look what happened. Webbo's the one doing this.
I know.
Big denial. Webbo getting an achievement for grappling for 500 seconds, even though he's just been held in side control for 500 seconds. At least he got an achievement out of it, I suppose.
I don't know why he kept bringing it to the ground, man.
Fun Webbo here, bro. I'm just back now.
If he can survive the ground, man, and just maybe throw some crazy stuff on the feet at the start.
Only off the top of my head, just looking at this on the floor, it's John Jones, Matt Hammer.
Could be over. Another submission.
Yeah, Webbo's looking shaky. I think he could get this done.
Yeah, I think he will.
And a beautiful Kimura. He's going to break his arm off.
This could be a second Kimura win from Fadanator. He might have enough time.
Yeah, he's going to get this done, I think. No. Oh, no. Missed out on the time. I didn't look at the clock.
Webbo's saved by the bell.
Yeah.
I think Webbo just come out flying knee.
He's got to keep it. Oh, to be honest, I'd fake glove touch, you know, death kick, but that's
fake glove touch, death kick, flying knee, do whatever you can, bro.
Yeah, you got to get grimy, man. Fad, he's unreal, and the longer the fight goes on, look at the stamina, man. It's just not. Yeah, Fad's not went for the glove touch, and he's rocked him with a jab. This is bad. Oh, and another knockdown. He's gonna finish it on the ground up here. Oh, and he's still clinging on. There's been some proper survivability here.
Should go for the slam KO. You should go for the slam KO, yeah.
It's reminding me of Fonty earlier, man. You just couldn't put him away.
If he gets the slam KO, that'd be unreal.
Could do it, man. The head out's low enough.
You know, I've cheesed Fad
into a win.
It's definitely like a thing that's possible to do. Oh, and a big flying knee. Oh, man.
Oh, man. He's just tormenting the boy. He's just tormenting him, man.
Still, Webbo, man, he surprised me. I didn't expect him to get a rock. I thought he'd just get steamrolled, and he has actually somewhat, at least.
Yeah. When he got that up elbow into the spinning elbow, if that dead kick would have landed, that could have been something.
I'm not getting, because he's not going to sub me. The health difference is so much.
Maybe he wants the moral victory of going to a decision. Maybe that's his game plan.
Yeah, maybe. What, get rid of a point from Fad.
A big denial. Could go for a Kimura. Kimura denied. Fad too wise to it. Survived to round 4. Many would not. Don't think many. I think he's let him.
To be fair, he definitely could have ended the fight in the second when he just stared at him.
Yeah, he could have. I think he underestimated him a little bit going
Top
into
mount.
it.
HUD watch. Maybe he could force him into a mount bobblehead DQ win.
Webbo.
Yeah, he's good at that.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches
Oh.
to be effective, to throw damage.
Got half guard. He's got to keep it out.
He's doing really
He
well
doesn't.
there to grapple with no stamina. He's going to come
Oh, but he's got. Yeah, he's got the half guard Kimura. I don't see him getting out of this. I mean, he'll have to put in a really good sub defense, but with the stamina and what we saw last time.
And the clock, man. The clock's not saving him this time.
The half guard Kimura is pretty good, man.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got this.
Yeah,
the arm's going to snap.
GG. And another beautiful submission.
That's just proven he's one of the best, man, still.
And
It's a
still,
brilliant performance from Fad, but you've got to look at Webbo there, man, and he's managed to leave a mark, and I think that's impressive. So, you know, both competitors, credit to both of them.
Reminds me of that Thanos scene, man, when they finally made him bleed.
Yeah.
They put a cut out of.
so, and still, Fadanator just absolutely dominant again. Fadanator is the man to beat. You have Suave JakeyB coming off a very big win in the co-main event. Maybe it will be JakeyB versus Fadanator. That is maybe the fight on the lips of everyone speaking. Driz with a great win against On The Go. Slick Colt with a good win against Pabst. Frosty MMA absolutely destroying Kante. Super Aaron with a good win against the Leech. EK Fonte taking a very devastating loss against Jack 17. Warbsy with a very, very impressive win against Kezalar. Spider getting dismantled by Bossman. Tad with a great return victory against Hayes Fran. Yerda with a massive upset, potentially beating Naz UFC. Pablo G with a great fight against EK Meso, come out on top there. Dzinho taking a disappointing loss to Mix-Ups. Manhu getting dismantled by getting sparked. Sultan Pepe shocking the viewers with a 7-2 record against him, coming in getting a good win. And Anime Expert with a beautiful win to get his first 1v1 win. So that does wrap us up, gentlemen. Make sure you do check out NUGS AU. We will go raid someone. Make sure you're checking out NUGS. We will be back next week, NEC 7, 1v1 me. You know how it goes. Sign-ups will be live in the Discord after this. After this, I will post them, so give me a second to post them, and then, yeah, we will do that. We will get matchmaking. The sign-ups usually close around Tuesday, so make sure you get them done ASAP. Great stream. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the follows. It's been a fun one. It was a very, very good card. Congratulations to all the winners. Commiserations to all the losers. And, yeah, so we will move on. Pabst and Leech, thank you very much. It's been a fun one, gents. Anything you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to say? Shout out, anyone?
Yeah, very good fights, and I hope everyone enjoyed my commentary. Second time I've ever commentated. Bit of nerves coming into it, but yeah, hope it's good.
You done really well, bro. You deserve to keep that role.
It is a bit nervous. I remember the first time I commentated for primetime. It actually is a bit nerve-wracking, to be fair, when you first doing comms a couple times. No, but it was a really good card. I mean, it was a really entertaining card from start to finish, in my opinion. I don't think there was a boring fight on the card.
Not a boring fight indeed. I am in a little predicament to a little bit of a predicament. Not too sure who.
Hey, big weekenders. Want to play for some of our biggest
on
prize
the performance
pools?
bonuses.
These
but
Sunday games are yours.
hang on.
Join the Sunday card.
Yeah,
Frosty's
in a bit.
gotta be up there. Frosty had like a 30-second KO.
Yeah, his one was crazy. We will take a look at that chance. For now, we will go raid the fan experience. Not too sure what's going on over there, but we'll go raid them and just help them out. Pass on that ESFL raid. Big love to the ESFL for that raid as well. Yeah, so thank you all for coming, and yeah, we'll see you next week at 7 PM, same time. Yeah, with a big fun card. So thanks for all the boys for participating. Just find the raid button. Make sure you go over there, make sure you shout out JakeyB, make sure you shout out NUGS. Big shout out to NUGS AU, the token built by gamers for the gamers. Make sure you're checking them out at nugsau.org. Make sure you're supporting them. The more support NUGS get, the more times we'll be able to do this, increase the prizes, make it better. So yeah, 36 viewers ready to raid, that's absolutely amazing. Yeah, make sure you just go there, shout out JakeyB, shout out NUGS.
So
see, but man, you see when he's going for the fake and then it automatically like